OG Krugsta.
And today is episode 121 of the OG podcast. Um,
It sure is.
yeah, again, like I've been like listening to other podcasts, and I don't know, maybe we're doing something right, maybe we're doing something wrong, but we the only ones that are like as far as we are. Like, there's other gaming podcasts or other podcasts I listen to that started before us, and they're either in the 30s or the 20s. So yeah, I don't know. It's crazy, man. I keep double checking because I'm like, dang, because I'm like, here we are 121, and these people started before me, and they're like only on like episode 30 or something, or 40 or something, and I'm like,
Hmm.
huh, interesting.
It sounds a bit weird that, you would start something and I mean, I guess it just depends on how often they do it. Maybe they're once a month or something. I mean, who knows? We don't know their schedule.
Well, yeah. Well, a lot of them just do. They just don't even have a schedule. They just do a podcast whenever. Um, and I guess that's our thing. Like we stick to a schedule, and we don't necessarily wait until like we only have like some important things. Like we'll just come here and just talk. You know, well, with the little bit that we have, and with the chat and everything, it just and develops into something else sometimes. And that's the beautiful thing
Yep.
about doing it live. Now, maybe if we weren't doing it live, maybe if we were doing it the way that we were used to doing it, maybe we wouldn't be where we're at. Cause
And I think that might be the difference is the fact that we're not live. I'm sorry, for the fact that we are live, because when
yeah,
you're not live, there's really no expectation that you necessarily have to meet. You just have to talk about stuff when stuff happens. Now, there are some podcasts that do stuff every week. Like, for example, Game Informer. They
right,
have a podcast they do every week, but they're not live. They just have a preview.
right.
But they still come out with content every week because they work in the industry. So obviously they would know more than any of us would. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
or
So there's always something to talk about.
yeah, or they could fabricate some stuff. I'm not saying they do. I'm just saying people, start rumors to start rumors. Or give their own opinions. But I don't know, man. It like baffles me sometimes. I'm like, dang. Like we're like at 120. Like I was telling that my wife the other day. She's like, because we were watching. I won't put them on blast or whatever. But we were watching a podcast, and my wife was like, "What number are y'all at?" And I was like, 121. She's like, "No way." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "We grind." I was like, "We put out episodes regardless if it's a small week, big week, lame week." You know what I'm saying? Only time we don't
Hmm.
put out an episode is if we're sick or we're just not able to record that week. You know what I mean? Other than that,
If life happens, basically,
right,
yeah.
right, right. But God gives us those happy little accidents. So it's crazy, man. It just baffles me. But anyway, how was your week, man?
I've been pretty good. I spent at least 6, maybe more hours playing Shadowverse yesterday because the update was huge. It was huge. It's
Yes.
amazing, and I'm 100% going to be talking about that because I'm really impressed with Side Games. Like they're just such a good company when it comes to making good content for card games. So
Yeah,
I had to bring
definitely.
that up here later
Definitely,
on. So I did that.
definitely, definitely. I would say this. Not that the game needed it, but it brought new life to the game. Um, definitely. Uh
Yeah,
I definitely enjoy Arena now. Like, I don't even. They should just remove Take Two from the thing.
I agree. It's not even necessary.
Yeah,
It really isn't.
it really isn't. And there was a comment, talking about the in our group about the tickets. I really don't see the tickets an issue because I have about 40 or 50 something tickets.
Yeah,
So,
me too.
so I'm like, okay, I'm not worried about it. You know what I mean? Because as long
Yeah.
as you grind the game, you'll get tickets regardless. So, you know, um,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm very impressed. I'm actually even more impressed on how useful um, this expansion is as far as the deck itself. Um,
Yeah.
I think the what you call it, the what is it called, Mechana? Is it called Mechana?
Oh, Machina.
Mechana. I think it's the most useful deck I've seen. Uh, um,
For all
so
classes,
for all
yeah.
classes, yeah. Hey, I finally. What? You finally don't work on a Wednesday? What's good, Max? Good to see you, brother, man. I miss you, man. How you doing today, Max?
So, Mags.
What's up, dude? Hey, are you actually reading the chat today?
Yeah, I decided to just start off early.
What? Oh my god! No wonder it's been raining for a week. You probably decided this a week ago. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, so definitely. I didn't mean to like take over like on your week, but
No,
I
you're good.
just
It's
wanted
all good.
to give that that little praise of Shadowverse. Well,
Yeah, and we'll be talking a little more about that here in a little bit. But other than that, I mean, I have still been playing El Chronicle on the background, still grinding that game. The honeymoon phase is pretty much over, but I'm still liking it to the point to where I've already created my guild. I'm already, just doing stuff. Just getting all the modes unlocked and just playing the game and just loving it. I mean, that's the game that I actually play more than any other game right now, including
nice.
Shadowverse, only because Shadowverse I'm just doing my daily grind. But
Right.
when I'm done with my daily grind, I switch over to El Chronicle and just play the game until something comes up or whatever. So, I'm having a good time with both games right now. Both games are definitely occupying the majority of my time. And of course I do watch my YouTube and Netflix here and there, but that's been my kind of gaming stuff. Other than that, as far as like anything outside of gaming, nothing really crazy has happened. Just the usual work and grind, but everything's been good though. How about you, man?
I've been good, man. I'm gonna read this comment real quick. Well, I got good news. Max said this morning I was cast for my first ever voice acting role. Congratulations, bro. I knew you had the voice.
That's cool, man.
I knew you had it, bro. I knew. And when I watched your video for the first time, when you followed me over at Able Gamers, man, that was a long time ago, man. When I first started streaming over at Able Gamers, and I was looking at your profile, and I saw that you had a YouTube. Cause I do this, believe it or not, I do this with everybody. Like if somebody follows me on Twitter, and I'm like off stream, and I'm like off stream, and like you follow me on Twitter, you follow me on Twitch, and you have like your links, I'm gonna check your links out. You know what I'm saying? Because then I'm like, okay, this kind of tells me who and what this person is, and how they are, blah blah blah, how serious they are, whatever the case may be. And I watched that playthrough, and I was like, man, this dude, even sausage ones, yes, even sausage links. Because Ghost. I've watched Ghost links before. Especially sausage ones. So yeah, once I saw that playthrough of yours, dude, I was like, man, this dude's like underrated. He's like really got a voice and really does the playthroughs really well. So I'm glad to see that you continue to push through that and and do it, man. Congratulations, bro. I want to know where and when I can watch or listen. Listen. I want to know where and when I can listen. Regardless whatever you do, Max, you always got support from me, brother. You know what I'm saying? That's freaking awesome. So my week was pretty good, man. It's I'll be sharing out the project when it's complete, probably on Twitter. Well, just make sure you DM me, because apparently my Twitter sucks. Because apparently Twitter is subjective on certain things that I see. Ask Crew Dog. Crew Dog, the only thing I've seen from you today on my Twitter is you sharing out Cloudy's stream. That's the only thing I've seen. Number? Yeah, I will DM you. You mean my phone number? I will DM you.
No, he's talking about Crew Dog.
Oh. See?
Yeah, he's just running a Crew Dog, yeah.
Oh, okay. See? This is a good thing you're reading chat. This is a beautiful thing. I'm happy. But yeah, definitely. My weeks was good, man. I took Monday off. because my wife took Monday off, so that seemed to be the best thing to do. When wife takes off, you take off. Um, well, she had a doctor's appointment on checkup on how she's doing on her diet and stuff. She's lost
Hmm.
22 pounds in a month, which is really really good.
That's cool.
Yeah, so shout outs to the diet. Um, I've lost probably 100 pounds. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't lost any weight, thankfully, because I don't need to be losing weight, thankfully. Um, but and everything went well there. And we also had family out of town too at the same time, so we went and spent time with my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law, which was really cool. I was hoping to see Avengers, but yeah, we didn't go see Avengers. Instead, my sister-in-law wanted to watch the Game of Thrones season finale, and you know, I haven't really been watching it per se because, like, I don't know, there's been a lot of controversy, and I just haven't had time to watch it like this season. But I've been like listening to podcasts about it, um, and so I've been up to date. And that was the ending was very anticlimactic, as Crew Dog's daughter put yesterday. It was a very big letdown. So honestly, personally, I'd rather watch Avengers. I think Avengers would have been a lot a better choice, but hey, it wasn't my decision. We and then I've been playing a lot of Switch. I've been playing some Super Mario U2, I think it's called. Super Mario U2, the Super Mario game that me and my wife have been playing. I actually found a way to really like beat the game quick. So I've been like me and my wife have just been like zooming through it kinda. I'll talk about that later, cause me and my wife were wondering maybe they put this character in as an accessibility option, cause you know how a lot of people will say easy mode is easy mode, but then a lot of people will say easy mode is accessibility option. So like my brain went there, accessibility option maybe, because there's different you could be different characters in this game, and different characters have certain abilities, right? And I was like, I wonder if this character was meant to be their quote unquote accessibility option, because my my thing was, because me being a part of Able Gamers, even though I really don't need a lot of accessibility options, now my first thing I always do now when I go and look at a game is I look to see what kind of accessibility options they offer, um, just for curiosity, So, and I looked at this game and I was like, surprisingly enough, there's really no accessibility options here. Like, there's no colorblind mode. There's no nothing. So I was a little off put for a minute, and I was like, And then like I started playing around with these different characters, and I was like, maybe this character is quote unquote an accessibility option. So we was playing around with that. Also been playing a new game that just came out yesterday for the PlayStation Xbox One. It's actually a game that me and you reviewed over at PAX South. It's actually out. Finally, that game Dauntless.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, and it's actually, believe it or not, it's actually free to play now. Um, it came out
Nice.
free to play. And actually, Epic owns the game. Um, and
Okay.
weirdly enough, my creator code works on that game for Epic. So that's crazy. I don't know if Pacific for surely if it works, but when me and Cloudy entered it, like it went in, but it didn't. I don't know if it took, but yeah. So I've been playing a lot of Dauntless. I a little short kind of mini review, I guess, while I'm talking about my week, because it's really nothing. I've only been playing it for like a couple of hours. I will say I enjoy Dauntless more than Monster Hunter for this specific reason, and this specific reason only. The controls are a lot easier to manage and a lot easier to use. It seems more natural. Um, I was actually really able to play the game and enjoy the game and like absorb the game and just play the game and have a good time and actually grind the game. As with Monster Hunter, it was a little bit it's a little bit harder for me to digest, specifically because of the controls. The controls are just they just don't feel natural to me. Um and there's no, as far as I know, I haven't played Monster Hunter in forever, but as far as I know, there's no way to um play the um or to customize the controls. Now, Monster Hunter fans, you are gonna say Dauntless is a lot like Monster Hunter, and guess what? I'm not gonna disagree with you. There's a lot of similarities to Monster Hunter to this game. Uh, it's very, it's just a, it's a more watered down, simpler version. And I hate saying watered down because watered down doesn't really seem, really appetizing or really well. But if Monster Hunter seems a little bit, maybe the game's just too complex for you in general. Maybe it's not the controls. Maybe there's too much going on in the game for you to understand. Maybe that could be the reason why you're not into Monster Hunter. Well, guess what? You got Dauntless, and it's free to play. I mean, so why not give it a shot? Now, I was surprised to hear that and to see that Dauntless was not on the Switch, which is interesting. But I think it'll be coming soon. So keep your eyes out on that. I've also been playing a lot of Shadowverse myself. Like we were talking about before in the beginning of the podcast, the new Shadowverse update is amazing. It is great. It's if you haven't been playing Shadowverse, now is the time to play because the decks the new deck make all the decks fun to play. I would say even Forest maybe. I don't know. I haven't really played a lot against Forest, but I know we have a group member of ours that plays Forest, but he hasn't seemed to have a lot of luck. But he's also very very new to Shadowverse. So, but I would just say this: if you haven't played Shadowverse in a while, go ahead and pick it up. I've also been playing a lot of Fortnite. I've been really having a lot of fun in Fortnite. And it's not because I have a creator code. I've been having a lot of fun with Fortnite before I got my creator code. If you weren't here last week or you didn't hear listen to last week's show, ironically, while we were in the middle of the podcast, Epic did give me my creator code. My creator code is active. So if you do play Fortnite, and you want to support Handy Kill Cam, do Fortnite because you're maybe not necessarily able to hang out in the streams and whatever. Put in creator code Handy Kill Cam. Also, we learned some new things about the creator code. Once you have 100 people using your creator code, you do have the ability to use custom lobbies. Okay, so I'm making this announcement. Once I get 100 people to use my creator code and I get the creator lobbies, we will be doing console wars again. Console wars will be live, but Handy will not be playing. Handy will be casting, and he will be doing the spectating. I also have another idea that I'm going to do that is strictly has been a part of my agenda for like a long time, but I'm not going to share that yet. It's going to be a great idea. It's going to be amazing. It actually just came to me 20 minutes before the podcast. And I'm thankful for Guy giving me the idea because it's going to go with what I originally wanted to do anyway. But we just got to get 100 people to use the creator code. I don't care if you just use 100 coins. It's not about the money to me. It's just about getting the creative lobby. Okay? Because that's the main thing I want. I don't care about, the money. And I mean, money's great, don't get me wrong, but it's not about the money. I just want the lobby creator code. Okay? So, if you want to help the cause of helping me get my creator code, hey, feel free. Also been playing. What else have I been playing? I've been playing some Smash. Also, been getting my butt kicked in Smash thanks to Cloudy. Cloudy is
Uh-oh.
really really good at Smash. I should have never told him to get a pro controller. Um, Because I told him I was like, bro, you know you'd be a lot better if you got a an actual pro controller. And he was like, yeah. He's like, using the Joy Cons kind of suck. And I was like, yeah, the Joy Cons is not the way to go to play Smash. And yeah, dude, he's been. Psh, we play, and I'm not even joking. We played like 20 matches, and I only won 2 of them. And
Uh-oh.
yeah, he's really really good, and he's good with characters you would think. Yo yo yo, what up, Mosquito? And the thing about Cloudy is he's good with characters that are like not normal characters, like not the norm, like not the normal common characters, like not Cloud, not the normal heavy hitters. His main best character is Wario. So
That's interesting.
that's very interesting, right? Wario of all characters. So I mean, yeah, he was. I was like, what is this? I was like, I was all kinds of rage last night. Thank God I wasn't streaming because I was actually getting mad. I wasn't getting mad at Cloudy. I was getting mad at myself. I never get mad at, especially if I know the person. I don't get mad at them. I get mad at myself. Like, what are you doing, Handy? I was still battling my fly. For those that were watching the stream yesterday, I had this annoying fly that would not leave me alone, and it was bothering me not only during the stream yesterday, but as of yo, speaking of Cloudy with the raid. What up, Cloudy? I was just talking about how you kicked my butt like 20-2 last night in Smash, bro. But yeah, so yeah, so I've been playing a lot of Smash, and then what else I've been doing? Nothing really. Just been trying. I was trying to like figure out how to like upgrade my stream a little bit, but my wife was speaking some knowledge to me. She said, "Babe, if it's broke, don't fix it." She's like, "You're going good right now." She's like, "Don't mess with it." And I was like, "Yeah, you right." So I didn't mess with it too much. I did do some changes, and that's just because I'm playing more Fortnite than anything, and when you play Fortnite, less is more on the screen, because there's so much going on in Fortnite. Yes, you did, Cloudy. Don't even lie, Cloudy. Don't even play that. You kicked my butt with Wario. I could barely touch you with Cloud, bro. You could like, he like freaking Wario eats Amish last like it's for breakfast, man. Like it's actually really interesting. We will be talking about a little bit about the Cloudy stormed your stream. Yo, somebody needs to. Yo, Cloud. Like we need a storm Cloud, bro. I can't wait for you to get a computer, dude. Like and get your stream all pimped out, cause I have some ideas for you. You don't gotta take them. You don't gotta like absorb them. But it's just I've been brainstorming for Cloudy, cause I do that for people, man, that I love, man. So anyway, yeah, I've just been having a lot. I still have not played your game that you've been wanting me to play, unfortunately.
Oh, that's cool.
Just
it's all good, man.
Just because
you got a lot of other games to play right now.
Yeah, I've really been trying to stick on just Fortnite because I really want to get good at Fortnite. But
right.
But it's hard.
And Smash is too fun not to play, by the way.
Huh?
Smash is too fun not to play.
Yeah. Yeah. It sucks now that I've unlocked everybody because there's really nothing else to do as far as like one player wise except for play online. And Mosquito said this. I agree, Handy Kill Cam. I can't wait to him to get a PC. I know, dude. He deserves like so much more than what he gets, dude. He's really, really good. He's Mr. Humble for sure. That's why you know he's from Texas. No, I'm just kidding. There's other humble people from other states. I need to play more because I've unlocked everybody. Well then, man, we need to have a 3-way. That sounds so bad, but we need to have a triple threat match. Cause Cloudy bought it, and I got it, and now you got it. I've unlocked everybody too. Actually, because of Cloudy, I had to go back to Smash Stick and leave the Tilt Stick alone. Cloudy. I was doing a lot of that yesterday. I was going, I was like, what's wrong? I was like, Cloudy's kicking my butt. No. You have not unlocked. Oh, okay. Yes, Mr. Humble himself. Haha. I have been jealous of those skills since Advanced Warfare. Yo. I didn't even know Cloudy in Advanced Warfare. I met Cloudy in Infinite Warfare. I recruited somebody from. Wait, there's actually a Humble, Texas? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pronounced Humble, Texas. So so the H is silent, but yeah, there is an Humble, Texas. Yeah.
Really? Interesting.
I've talked to people from there. Yeah.
Yo, I need to go change my birth certificate and say I was born from there. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. So other than that, like my week's been good. A lot of crazy news has been going on, and I have some very strong opinions. Some of these strong opinions are not what the audience is going to agree with, so just bear with it. You're not going to agree with what I have to say, but that's okay because it's my opinion. You're probably not going to agree with a lot of what I have to say today, but that's not why I do this. I'm not here to gain a bunch of yes men. If we had a bunch of yes men in the group, there wouldn't be good content. He said, I haven't unlocked everyone either. I'm not that. Whatever. Quit lying. You know when your best thing is you know when to charge your Smash. What can I say? I prefer playing games with Mrs. Sweets, and we are so Yo, I agree, dude. No, like I haven't been playing with really, honestly, last night was the first time I played with Cloudy in a while because me and my wife have been beating Mario a lot. So, get ready to unsub everyone. Yo, it might. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna be afraid to say it though. It's not gonna be into anybody directly. It's just about what's all going on with with the controversies and stuff. We do have a lot of game stuff to talk about too. We do have a Fortnite update that came out. I did read the patch notes, and I'm going to just talk about one thing that's like intrigued me and that I'm going to think that I'm going to be looking forward to while playing tomorrow or today. A little bit today, because I'm probably gonna play a little bit today after the podcast, after I beat OG in Shadowverse.
You like saying that?
Yeah. Hey, I do beat you. Don't make it seem like you 20 and owe me like Cloudy over here.
You're right. It's 20 and 2.
Okay, you're right. What knowledge do you have for us today, OG?
Well, the first I want to get out of the way is the Shadowverse update because it was huge, and I'm really, really hyped to go into it real quick. So, basic general stuff they've added to the story, which I'm a huge fan of the story. Yes. So as soon as I woke up yesterday morning, I hit up I got breakfast, loaded up Shadowverse, and played through the story mode with the characters I was able to play with. Got to learn more about what's going on in the Steel Rebellion cycle of the story.
Right.
So I did that, and that was cool, and I got some rewards and whatnot. And then they've added to the expansion because every time a set comes out, about a month or two later, they'll add a few more cards to it just to kind of fill the gaps in for what's needed. And then on top of that, they made a big change. So initially, when you're playing Shadowverse, you're either doing the arena, or basically it's called Take Two.
Take Two, yeah.
Yeah, it's just you basically get 2 cards at a time, and then you build a deck and hope you win. And then if depending on how many times you win will depend on what you get, but you don't keep anything that you get as far as like what you're building. Like you don't get none of that. You only get like stuff for wins.
Mm-hmm.
So has been a mode that's there for a while,
Mm-hmm.
but they've added something to it called the Arena 6.
I
And
love it. Sorry.
now, when I first, no, you're right. You should love it. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
When I first read about it in the patch notes before it came out, it was not very clear on what you were going to be able to do because all it really said was you're going to open 6 packs, and then if you win 4 matches, you get to get well. The 6 pack was called the Phantom Pack. It's all gold and legendary cards.
Right.
But you have to win 4 matches to pick a gold to keep, or you can win 5 matches and pick a legendary that you get to keep.
Right.
And that's all they said. They didn't elaborate if what the rewards were going to be or anything. So I had no idea exactly what the prizes were going to be. But now that I've played it, it's a lot better than we all thought it would be.
Yeah, definitely.
So here's how it works. So you do open 6 pack of cards. You have your 5 cards from the newest sets, 5 packs to the newest sets, but you keep all of it. You keep all 5 of the first packs. So if you pull a bunch of legendaries, they're yours. However, the 6 pack, which is called the Phantom Pack, which is the one that has just golds and legends, those you don't keep unless you win 4 or 5 matches and you pick which one you want out of that list of golds and legendaries. But still, the fact that you get to build a deck from scratch and keep the majority of those cards, even if they are legendary in the first 5, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Because one of the first things that people were complaining about in our Google group chat was that, it's actually more expensive to play. Right. It's like 600 rubies to play, or you have to have 4 tickets to play. And they're like, well, that doesn't seem like it's worth it. But now that I know that you basically keep almost everything that you get, it's more than worth it. Right. And I've been doing nothing but that almost all day.
Because even if you say, for instance, right, because like right now the only deck I really got to choose from was Runecraft.
Oh, crew dog.
What did he say?
Sorry, I've opened 6-pack for years and I can barely drink that.
So, like a Runecraft, like I absolutely suck with Runecraft, right? Mm-hmm. Like, because I've never used Runecraft. I don't even like Runecraft. But that was, like, the best out of my choices, right? So, sure. I was like, well, okay. But the beautiful thing is, even though I get majority of those cards, I get to turn around and sell those cards and make the decks that I want. Or make the cards that I want. So now, even though the game was already free to play and you needed some microtransactions, now it's even more free to play. And now you can even like do more. You know what I'm saying? You really don't need to throw money at the game, but if you get impatient like me, sometimes you kind of want to. But I haven't done it yet. Be right back. Balls needs to. Well, I mean, this is why you got to get yourself situated. You know what I'm saying?
You got to air it out every now and then. You
got to air it out every now and then. This is why I don't wear boxers or briefs, when I'm around the house. You know what I'm saying? Got to let it free. Got to let things breathe a little bit. But anyway, probably a little TMI there. But anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well. It is what it is. This is why I'm handy kill cam. So, like, that's the beautiful thing that I like is now I could, if I wanted to, I'm going to be able to create my 3rd deck pretty soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Or no, my cam is not down that low, sir. Anyway, there's a reason why my cam is only neck up. No, I'm just kidding. But so like, I think that's really cool. And I'll be able to, and I think that was like the most discouraging thing up for me for the game in general is that even though I was just like, it's like, even though, you can grind the cards and sell the cards to get the cards that you need, the grind seemed so grindy to get to where I needed because a lot of decks are so expensive to make.
Yeah.
And now that just like even the playing field. You know what I'm saying? And you can argue the fact that, well, tickets, 6 tickets. But guess what? Let me tell you what. like I said at the beginning of the podcast, I have over like 50 something, 60 something tickets. I don't know about you, but I got a lot of darn tickets, man. So
Oh yeah, me too.
I'm gonna be doing this a lot, dude. Like,
Oh yeah.
so I can at least get competitive ready. So, cause I can at least have 3 good decks, and then man, it's on like Donkey Kong, man. So
Oh yeah. No,
yeah.
this is so exciting. Like when I saw the Arena 6, that literally changed the game.
Oh, you
And
really did.
now there's no excuse, like there are so many free ways to, get all the cards that you need that again you don't need to spend money. You really don't. You
You
just
really
play the
don't.
game. And as far as the tickets are concerned, one thing I do have to mention is if you had Take Two tickets, they've all been converted into what's called challenge tickets.
Right.
So you can still use one challenge ticket to play Take Two, or you could use 4 challenge tickets to play the Arena 6. And you're better off just playing Arena 6 because at least you get your cards back. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
whatever you
yeah.
pick on the first 5, you get to keep. Whereas in Take Two, you kept none of it. And then if you still win like 2 or 3 games, you still get a certain amount of rubies and stuff. So I mean, you're
Yeah.
still getting more
Yeah,
stuff
you're
if
still
you win.
grinding.
But if
Yeah.
you get your butt kicked, you still get to keep a lot of what you got. So it's not that big a
Right.
deal.
And then you can make better cards, and so it's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
I just hope it's not limited time, dude. I hope they keep this in forever. I want them to get rid of Take Two. I really do. There's no need for Take Two now. They can just let I mean, really honestly, and I know I don't know a lot of the Shadowverse community, right?
Right.
But I really want to ask. I really just want to go in random people's chat and be like, "Do you really enjoy Take Two? Like, do you really enjoy Take Two? Like, cause really, like, there's no need for it to be there anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of Take Two,
I
which
never
is
have been.
weird.
I've never have been. Never have been. Go ahead.
Like I've always been into the whole build something from scratch and then do the best you can with it because I did that with Magic the Gathering and that was actually fun. But
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason that I enjoyed that wasn't just because of the game itself, but it was because I was outside with a group of people,
Mm-hmm.
so I was chill with people while we were doing that. So I think that's what made it a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with the card game, and you're kind of by yourself, so it's not really as cool.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you're not really getting much out of it unless you win 4 or 5 games. So it felt like a waste of time, especially if you end up getting stuck with classes you don't want. I mean, you're just stuck. You know what I
Well,
mean?
not only that, but
Now,
you only get like 1 or 2 choices, and what if both cards suck?
well, you get 3 choices when you're doing the limited stuff. You get 3 classes that you can choose from, and then once you pick the class, then basically you pick which side you want to cards,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
that's okay. That's them just being different. They're trying not to copy Hearthstone or Magic or anything like that because they're trying not to get sued. And I actually have an interesting story about that later about lawsuits, but
Oh
we'll get into
yeah.
that later.
I wonder if we were
But
on the same page with that. But go ahead.
well, I'll probably not because I actually
Uh,
found it on accident, not able to find what I was actually looking for. But I'll get into that later.
okay.
But yeah. So being Shadowverse is trying to do something different with the Take Two thing. So I don't necessarily know that it needs to go away. But if everyone does what I think they're gonna do and just play Arena 6 and ignore Take Two altogether, they may get rid of it. We'll see.
Or either that, or they may get rid of they may get rid of Arena 6 because I just hope they really don't like love Take Two and they be like, okay, well nobody's playing Take Two, so you gotta dummy down Take 6 or Arena 6, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because people be doing some weird stuff like that. Because some
Yeah.
people are emotionally attached. Some developers are emotionally attached to things and they don't want it to go. They don't want it to leave, man.
They want to keep to their idea, and I get that. I can respect that.
Yeah.
I would say, if nothing else, still keep it for the few that still want to play it, but still keep Arena 6 because that's what's going to keep a lot of us playing your other mode. Because honestly, I was not playing Take Two almost ever. As a matter of fact, I had somebody else playing my Take Two for me every now and then, just just so we could say
You
that
are
I got to
paying
use them all.
kids. You were paying kids. No, I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
I would pay nobody. Somebody just wanted to play it, and I was like, "Yeah, here, go ahead. I don't do it." So, you know, But yeah, I had, and because I wasn't playing for so long, I had almost 60 tickets. So
Mm-hmm.
I was burning through those yesterday. I still got about like 30 left that I'm going to burn through probably today or throughout the week or whatever. So,
Yeah,
and
like
it's helping me build an extra deck right now, which is great.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like it's actually worth it. You know what I mean?
Well worth it. Yeah.
Well worth it. And that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that people are gonna see that hustle and they may nerf it a little bit. Um,
That's
uh,
possible, but we'll see.
I hope not. Don't listen to them Shadowverse. Don't listen to them side games. They don't know what they're talking about. Um,
hmm
so
Oh, and then a side note too, because I have to mention this because side games they're really into anime. They have a One Punch Man tie-in right now, which is a popular anime that's out right now. It's been out for a while actually, but they're doing a tie-in with that. So if you're interested in the skins, feel free to jump into that and get the characters that you want. They only have three of them though, which is fine. I don't usually do the entire cast of an anime, but yeah, so if you're into One Punch Man and you play Shadowverse, you can actually get heroes of some characters from One Punch Man. So just wanted to let you guys know.
low key, I don't even know what One Punch is.
One Punch Man is basically it's what it sounds like. It's literally an anime about a person who
One punches
basically just
people
does a devastating punch. I mean, there's more to it,
like
but
Falcon
uh,
Punch. Oh, sorry.
yeah, something like that. We'll let it be like that.
Yeah.
But but I'm not going to get into the whole thing because I haven't watched the entire series, so I don't know enough about it to really talk about it. But yeah, it's an interesting anime. I'll say it's okay. It's not like one of my favorites, but it's okay.
Nice. That's nice. So I'm gonna dive in a little bit more about Dauntless. I'm gonna tell you
hmm
the reasons why you want to play this, and why I feel like also why it's better than Monster Hunter. Also, because you want to know something that you can do with Dauntless that you can't do with, you want to know something that you can do with Dauntless that you can't do with Monster Hunter. Are you ready?
What's that?
Full cross platform.
Full cross platform.
Yes, me and Cloudy were doing it yesterday. Cloudy was on Xbox, I was on PlayStation, and we were literally playing with somebody on PC. So,
Nice.
yes, so and it's co-op. It's kind of it's like I said, it's a lot like Monster Hunter, but it's a lot to me. It's a lot, in my opinion, it's a lot funner to play because of the fact that you know it's more simplified. You can understand the grind a little bit better. Although me and Cloudy kind of broke the servers yesterday. We were playing and then all of a sudden the servers went down because we were trying to do private matches instead of playing with like randoms. Not that we were having a bad time with randoms. I don't know why we were. I don't know what. I think we were just trying it just for science, and yeah, when we went to a private lobby, like the servers went down. So me and Cloudy making this joke that we broke the game last night. But we definitely it's a lot of fun. Um they do the same kind of things on like on how you get the sets, as far as like the armors and stuff. Like you beat the monster so many times and you get certain, all sets of the armor. You can upgrade the armor, the different weapons. There's like 4 or 5 or 6 different ones. The game can be super grindy. But ironically enough, Epic has already put out a battle pass for it. So there's a battle pass for it. It's kind of like Fortnite. You have your regular battle pass, and then you have the one that you pay for. As far as we know, me and Cloudy saw all of its cosmetic stuff. Um, I do enjoy the game. I am going to be playing it more. I think what's going to set the bar above Monster Hunter is at the fact that it's completely cross-platform. Now, do I think that Monster Hunter will go full cross-platform? I would. I would. If I was Capcom, I would do it. I would try to go full cross-platform. Um, it might be a little bit more harder for them to do because the graphics on Monster Hunter World are very intense and very heavy. Um, so, but that doesn't mean they can't do it. But it would. I don't know how quickly they would be able to do it per se. Right now, the graphics on Dauntless are not that heavy. But as Cloudy mentioned yesterday as we were playing, Fortnite graphics weren't that heavy either when Fortnite first started, and then as each update occurred, the graphics started to more graphics started um to enhance. Things started to enhance in the game. So, we'll be lucky. We'll be fortunate to see what happens there. Do I think it could, quote unquote, because everybody asks these questions about games, do I think it's going to kill Monster Hunter? No. I don't think it's going to kill Monster Hunter because there's one thing that Capcom does great, and that is not what's the when they bring Street Fighter over and stuff like that. What do they call that? I forget.
Oh, collaborations.
Yeah, they do collaborations great. And so all Capcom has to do is do a great collaboration, and you know what I mean. It's a done deal.
Yeah, Capcom is a very friendly company
Yeah.
when it comes to collaborations. Like they've collaborated with Square Enix for Final Fantasy XIV. They've collaborated with a lot of mobile games to port some of their like fighting game characters in their game. Heck, they even collaborated with side games to allow you to have Street Fighter characters as skins.
Yeah, which I think is pretty dope.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, no, they're a very, very friendly company, and because of that, their games will last. Like I have a lot of confidence that Monster Hunter will always be a thing, regardless of what comes out.
I think this. I think that this game could make Monster Hunter better. Because right now, really, Monster Hunter really had nothing that could really compete in their genre as far as like their type of game. Like, yes, they're in the genre of games, but right now there was like no other games that were like Monster Hunter, like almost identical to Monster Hunter. You know what I'm saying? So now that they have that, and now that they're free to play, now that one's free to play, like you gotta get your value of what you're paying for Monster Hunter. You know what I mean? So now I think if Monster Hunter's like really like in tune and paying attention to what's going on, because they may not be, they may not care, but let's say they do. Watch, Monster Hunter's gonna drop this update, and Monster Hunter's gonna be like crazy. And what do I think is gonna come to Monster Hunter? I think crossplay is gonna come to Monster Hunter, and what I'm hoping for to come to Monster Hunter is button mapping. You know, button customization. So you know, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see what happens though. But I recommend if you want to try Dauntless, go ahead and try it. It's free. It can't hurt to try. In fact, I recommend you to try it, even though you have Monster Hunter. I recommend you to try it just because. I think honestly, I think your woman would like this game better. Honestly, just because.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like I said, it's a lot more simplified, and you can just you can just jump in and go in and do what you need to do, and you're not like getting lost and stuff like that. So I was getting lost a lot of times in Monster Hunter, but I definitely enjoyed it. I will be playing it more. I will give another review on it, like a real in-depth review after a month later, because it all depends about how updates and how well they update the game and how that's gonna go. Because we all thought Apex was gonna be amazing, and then they kind of dropped the ball when it came to updates, and they've kind of still dropped the ball with updates. Unfortunately, they've
just been getting worse.
Yeah. Apex has been getting worse. Anthem's been getting, I don't know. I have
much worse.
Much worse?
Anthem, oh my god. Because the thing is because of what's been going on, they're just not making all the products that they had planned, they've pushed them all back, and we don't even know if and when they're gonna like do these things that we're planning on doing. So I don't know. Like I'm starting to lose faith in Anthem.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But honestly, we haven't even been playing it since either. Like it's
Mm.
just
What is
I
she
don't
what
know.
has she been playing? Just curious.
Well, lately she's just been playing Red Dead Online because it's no longer in beta.
Yeah.
The online, so she's just been playing Red Dead Online, and that's been pretty much it for the time being.
Yeah, starting to. Max is starting to. Yeah, he's got Anthem, Max. And actually, that's where I was gonna go to, is Red Dead 2's online is free to play right now. So
Yeah, it's free to play.
if you don't have Red Dead, if you have Red Dead and you don't have online, you can go download the online right now for free and play it. And apparently they've done some great updates to it. Apparently it's doing really well. From what I've read, not from what I've played, because I don't know if the online is free on I don't know if Red Dead is. I don't know if it's the same for Xbox, and that's where I have Red Dead 2 is on Xbox. I don't have it on.
I'm pretty sure the online is free across the board. You're just paying for the game.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll have to check because I was gonna do it, but it's a lot. It's like a lot of gigs to download, and I was gonna check it to see, but I was like, well, I don't want to download it, and then I can't do nothing. You know what I mean? And then Max says, I'm starting to lose faith from the VIP beta. Still fun though. I still play it. I mean, yeah, it's fun to be an Iron Man for an hour or two. You know what I'm saying? It's fun to be Iron Man.
I think that was the funnest thing about Anthem was the fact that it felt like you were Iron Man.
Yeah.
And like, just the idea of playing that type of character, even though it's not specifically Iron Man, but you kind of have that thought in your head.
Right.
And what you get to do when you're, in the air and shooting and all that. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's a really cool concept. Like it has a lot of potential for greatness. It's just that the ball's getting dropped hard, and it's like, we don't even want to play it anymore just because they're not doing anything with it.
What do you expect though? I mean, look who it is. I mean, EA. I mean,
well, see, and that's the thing. I'm trying to get away from it's okay for them to suck because it's EA. Like, you should never be able to say that.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean? EA has been around for a very, very long time, and they should be able to know how to make games and keep it updated and all that. Now, I don't know what pressures they've had to deal with lately as far as like from up top or whatever, but they've been around long enough to where they should be able to make solid titles and keep up with their updates.
Yeah, Max says EA wasn't to blame. This is the time around. This was on BioWare. Agreed, but
that's true. Actually,
I agreed, but at the same time, though, if I'm like, for instance, right, like say me and you were on a project, right, like me, let's say me, you, and Mags on a project together, right? You've done your part, Mags. OG's done his part, but I'm slacking. I would expect you guys to be like, Handy, if you don't fix this, we're not releasing this game. And then if we can't release this game because of this and that, we're gonna do this and that and this and that. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't like think about it though. Like,
thank y'all for the biddies. 120, 30, 40, 50, 60 biddies, man. Look at all the biddies. Thank y'all for the biddies.
Like, and maybe gaming companies don't work like this. Maybe I'm completely wrong because I'm really out of my element when I speak about this. But you would think that in a gaming company that's working or partnering with another company, they would be like, "Yo, bro, this is crap. You can't release this." Yo, Make Bear with that host. Thank you so much, Make Bear. You would think they would say, you know what, we can't release this. Like, this is not This is not acceptable. Like, you need to fix this. And so my question is, did EA know about this? And then if EA did know about this, did they turn a blind eye to this? Or did they think they could fix it? And maybe EA is not fully to blame, but EA is still somewhat responsible, in my opinion, because they allowed it to happen. Because, you know, you're in a partnership, dude. It's like this, right? It's like what we always said before, like when you're in an argument with somebody, it's not one person's fault, right? It's both. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, or when something fails, when you fail, or not argument, but when you fail as a team, or when you team fails, it's not one person. It's not one person's reasons why you fail. It's the whole team, man. Like, you work as a team, you fail as a team, you win as a team. There's no I. So it's like they were doing this as a team effort, right? So, in my opinion, which is not an opinion that gets paid for by any company or anything, it's just strictly opinion. I feel like it's both their faults, and I feel like they both to blame. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Chris, thank you so much for that host, man. B&D Productions in the Fluffin' Button. Wait. House. Yeah. I don't know if I read that right. I don't know why, but my font changed on my chat for some reason. I guess it updated.
No, you read it right. It says Fluffin' Button House.
Okay. I'm making sure I read it right. My font did change though. It's a little bit smaller, so I'm having to squint. I'm like,
you're like an old man. I can't see my glasses.
Dude, that's what it's gonna be like when we're like 60 and we're still doing the podcast. Like,
oh yeah, I'm gonna have a hard time reading anything, but when I'm in my 60s.
Hopefully we'll have like a screen that's big as our wall. You know what I'm saying?
Or maybe some good assistants.
maybe by then, like, we'll be good enough, and we'll just have like these assistants, and we'll have our own studio, and it'll just be awesome. Yeah, it'll be our own like offices. We'll actually be doing it in person. Well, we could technically do it in person anyway. Chat, we just don't. Honestly, it's our laziness. Honestly,
although I do like the idea of having like a conference room, like a public like area, where we can sit down, have like these two big mics, like we're almost like in a booth or whatever.
Yeah,
but we're not.
Yeah,
that would be pretty legit.
I would be. Yeah, I've been actually, no lie. Like, it's weird that you say that. I've been actually looking at buildings, even though I do not have the funds for a building like that or anything like that. Let me tell you this: like, God don't give you an idea. God don't give you an idea or a vision just to say, oh, it doesn't work, right? So if I know this. If God gives me a vision and an idea, and I see it, and I go towards it, and I approach it, I know God's gonna make it happen. So, but yeah, I've been like legitly, like, there's this closed down Jack in the Box, or there used to be a Jack in the Box. It's like a perfect little building, and I was like drove by it one day, and I was like, you know what? That'd be perfect to film the podcast there. I was like, huh, interesting. So, need a projector to read the chat on the wall. No, projectors suck. I don't understand how people do projectors, man. I never liked projectors. I've never have. Even the new ones, like, I don't know, man. And plus there's so much latency in projectors. Did y'all know that? There's more projectors. There's more latency in projectors than there are big screen TVs. But Kappa, if we do ever do a projector, we gotta do OG's dream, and that's to play Mario Kart on a wall, and we gotta do that. It was Mario Kart, right?
Well, that's what I saw on Facebook a while back. Is like there was someone that had like this projector outside or whatever, and there were 4 people playing Mario Kart on a projector. Yeah.
Oh, wait. He said I projected the Super Bowl one year on someone's house. Really? How did that go? Obviously, hopefully the neighbor agreed to it. If not, you got more than just balls. And I'm talking about the dog. Yeah, so I've been really thinking about it. I think it'd be cool. I technically already have 2 mics, so there's not the 2 same mics, but it would work. And my my streaming is mobile. Cause also I've been thinking about like a different place to stream. Like I like streaming in my house, but imagine how productive I would be if I felt like I had to get up and go to work each day. Like get up and prepare to go instead of just like, oh, I'm just waking up, scratching, getting ready to stream. But imagine if if my workflow and my house flow is different. So I don't know. I've been thinking about it. If we'll see what happens though, 'cause that's like way in the future right now. There's no way. Twitch income cannot afford me any rent right now. As far as any Twitch come, maybe one day when we got some steady Twitch income, we can afford a rent on a place. That'd be cool.
Some sponsors.
Some sponsor.
Hit nudge, Pepsi, Nintendo,
Oh
and
yeah,
everybody else.
yes. We need Pepsi. We need some beef jerky. We need some tacos. We need a taco sponsor. Yo,
Mhm.
maybe we'll hit up Taco Sensation. You know what I'm saying?
I
Yeah.
don't think they make that much money, but
Hey,
yeah.
hey, something's keeping them afloat. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely. But yeah, I'm really excited what the future holds, especially if I can get this idea off. Not the idea I told you about, Crew Dog. That's still in the works. That's actually still in the works. This other idea I just came up with 20 minutes ago. If I can, man, oh man, I'm gonna tell OG about it because I tell OG everything. So there's like nothing I don't tell OG, even if he doesn't want to hear it or not. OG knows all my secrets, cause he won't tell. He don't tell nothing.
Nah.
Um, but what other knowledge you have for us, sir?
Well, just something small and weird. So, my girlfriend a couple of weeks ago told me about something that I wanted to talk about on the podcast last week, but I completely forgot about it. And so when I went to look it up, I couldn't figure out what it was she wanted me to look up. So I asked her, and she couldn't remember anyway. The only thing that I remember is that there was a company called Wizards of the Coast, which I'm familiar with, was suing a video game company over something. But I could not figure out who it was. And it was a recent article, but I can't think of who it was, and she can't find it either. So last night I did a little extra research just to see any recent lawsuits or any lawsuits in general for with Wizards of the Coast. Now, for those of you who don't know Wizards of the Coast, because a lot of people who play video games might not understand it, Wizards of the Coast are the creative minds behind Dungeons and Dragons and the card game Magic the Gathering. They're behind both of those. So the reason it's interesting is when I was doing my research and not finding what I was looking for, what I did find is that back in 2003, Wizards of the Coast actually filed a lawsuit against Nintendo.
Ouch.
Yeah. Of all the companies to sue, and these are 2 big companies, and they actually went at it back in 2003.
The question is why? It's Nintendo. Like, what is Nintendo?
Okay, so the reason, and that's a very good question. The reason that Wizards sued Nintendo was over Pokemon. Keep in mind.
Wait. Hold the wheelchair. Pokemon?
Sure. Pokemon.
But isn't Nintendo the creator of Pokemon?
Right, but it gets deeper.
Oh, let's get deep.
It wasn't. It's nothing too dramatic, but it wasn't Pokemon specifically in general. What it was the card game. Because for those who know, Wizards of the Coast is the biggest card gaming company out there. They've been out since the beginning. They make the most money. They do more than pretty much every card game in general. Even the electronic stuff, they make more money than Blizzard as far as like Hearthstone or even side games with Shadowverse. But anyway, so Pokemon came out, which was cool, no problem. And then the card game came out. And that's where Wizards had a bit of a problem with that, because basically Wizard kind of wants the card gaming market but they did not like the fact that they were using some of what they quoted was their ideas in their card game, even though the actual gameplay mechanics are different. But it was they were basically Nintendo was accused of using their ideas to make money off of Nintendo's own card game based on Pokemon. And on top of that, what made suspicion go up even further is one of the higher ups from Wizards at the time moved over to Nintendo to work on the Pokemon card
Ooh,
game
that's
project.
dirty.
Yeah.
That's dirty.
So
That was dirty.
yeah.
That's
So
dirty.
there was a lot of stuff going around behind the scenes. It's actually really interesting drama. Now, as far as who won, there's no evidence that I was able to find that says who won. All that I found out was that they came up to an agreement outside of court. So they settled.
I was about to
Basically.
say, it sounded like it got settled outside of court then.
It did. Oh yeah, it totally did. Yeah, like I said, you had two pretty big giants in the industry in general for gaming going at. I was like, ooh, Wizards versus Nintendo.
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
That's crazy, man. That's nuts.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. Didn't even know.
I didn't either. I found it on accident looking for something else, and I was like, wait, Wizard and Nintendo? That was a
Man,
thing?
That's a thing. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. I
Yeah.
mean, you can't sue somebody. In my opinion, you can't sue somebody. Say, for instance, if I'm an idiot right now and tell everybody my good idea on stream, and if somebody goes and does my idea but does it in their own way, I can't get mad at them. I can't sue them for it. For
Yeah.
one, my idea is not patent. Oh, my mic dropped. For one, my idea is not patent. Two, well, that's like the main thing. I didn't patent the idea. So, this little mic holder thing was like the worst thing I ever purchased in my streaming career. Like this little thing that came with my mic, with my new mic, it's horrible. I need a mic mount. For like a microphone. That's why it's like it said that the mic, this mic will withstand the mic because it come with the mic and it's made for it. Yeah, the mic's too heavy for it. It's like literally bending. Anyway, so like I feel like, like you really shouldn't have no legs to stand on if you're just still in some. I mean, it's not their fault. They acted on your idea because you didn't act on it. You know what I mean? God, tell me I can play the game. Nice, man. That's what's up, bro. So like that's my thing. You know what I mean? So I don't know. And it's funny you're mentioning lawsuits because I have a lawsuit to mention. And again, me and OG do not talk about the show. Literally, OG comes in the stream, comes in Discord at 9:59. We start at 10 o'clock. Maybe 10:02, maybe 10:03. We do not talk about the show. We just say, hey, bud, you doing okay? Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's start the show. That's all we say. We do more talking after the show than we do before the show. But you already know what I'm here to talk about. And I'm going to give my opinion on it. And it's about about Tfue suing FaZe over his wages. It's a big deal. It came out of nowhere. Hey, here is my opinion. If you didn't fully read and fully understand the contract, you shouldn't have signed it. Well, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. If you're talking about the Tfue thing, like, I don't even think it is in the contract, dude. There's no... Okay, so here's the thing. For those that don't know, Tfue is suing FaZe Clan because apparently FaZe Clan has been taking Tfue's wages. A big percentage of his wages. Apparently, supposedly, what is stated in the lawsuit is FaZe Clan is taking an 80-20 split. So FaZe Clan's taking 80%, Tfue's getting 20%. And apparently it's from all his wages. It's from his Fortnite winnings, his YouTube, and his Twitch and all these things. And it also says, it states in the lawsuit that he was pressured into underage drinking and gambling and other activities. So here's the thing. Okay, FaZe, one of the co-founders of FaZe, has already issued a video, FaZe Banks. If you want to go check it out, I mean, it's not hard to look it up. Tfue actually really has not initiated an actual video statement yet himself. Here is my opinion about the whole thing. Okay, first of all, if you don't know who Tfue is like one of the most biggest grossing Fortnite streamer players. He's the top. He's actually bigger than Ninja now. If you actually go look at his numbers, you go look at his charts and everything, he's actually grossing more money than Ninja. From what I saw, I haven't from the records I saw, that's what he was. The funny thing is I don't even follow Tfue to be honest. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of his attitude. Okay? Attitude as a streamer is has a lot to do with me. There's sometimes I'm not a fan of his attitude. Hey y'all. Hey, what up, Abomination? So here's my opinion about the thing. Okay? First of all, OG, did you know about this? Probably not, right?
Not at all. I'm not really in that arena.
Okay. So anyway, here's my thing. The question is, how long has Tfue been in FaZe? Right? He's been in FaZe for like almost 3 years now. His contract is up for negotiation, apparently, from what has been spoken from FaZe. Okay? Don't know if that's true or not, but here's the thing. Why now? Why now? Why are we bringing this up now? Why now? It honestly, it makes no sense to me. Why now? Also, if this is true, and this is so true, whatever the case may be, and you're already bringing out all this evidence and all this stuff, where's the proof? Where's the proof on either side? Where's the proof on Banks' side of them only taking 60,000, and where's the proof on Tfue's side of them taking all of it? You know what I mean? Because he does he does IRL just like he games. What do you mean he does just IRL just like he games? What do you mean? I don't know where you're coming from that. You mean his categories? I mean, I don't know. And like, here's the thing, right? Like, why bring up the drinking thing? To me, the drinking thing just seems weird, because not saying that I condone underage drinking or whatever, because I don't, but we've all, even if so, we've like, a lot of people have been either, dabbled in underage drinking and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? We've all been in those situations. Why try to put that on FaZe? What does that even have to do with your contract?
It doesn't, but I'll explain why he's bringing it up. And this is just a classic thing when it comes to lawsuits in general. So typically when one entity wants to sue another, especially if it's a person suing an entity, you have your base lawsuit for whatever the initial issue is, but to get more money out of it, you sue for pain and suffering. Mm-hmm. So any extra drama that you can come up with to add to the pain and suffering part of it is what is basically why that's being brought up. So the whole, being pressured to do this, being pressured to do that, that's supposed to add to the mental pain and suffering so we can get more out of the lawsuit, basically.
Yeah. And apparently, and the whole underage gambling thing, like, where does that make sense? You know what I mean? Personally, I'm gonna be real with you. I think he wants out of his contract. I just think he wants out of his contract. I either think two things. I either think one thing. I think he either wants out of his contract just to be his own thing, because, everybody wants to follow the ninja suit, because supposedly ninja's the way to go, or he wants to go to 100 Thieves. My wife said that last night. She said, "Watch, she's gonna go to 100 Thieves." She said, "Why do you think Nate Shot said what he said?" She said, "He's gonna go to 100 Thieves." She said, "Nate Shot's already scoping him," and I said, "Nah, he ain't gonna go to. He's too big for 100 Thieves. He's too big for 100 Thieves. Gross wise, he's too big for 100 Thieves. He's a swear campaigning just like in politics to get very like spoon." Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he's on a smear campaign just like in politics to get his way, like a spoon-fed crybaby, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I honestly think about it like this, dude. Like, I don't think like, I don't think there's an 80-20 split, to be honest with you. That's never been, even when and I'm gonna be real, even when I was approached with a contract with what was it? Olympus, when Olympus was gonna start contracting the streamers, it wasn't even that. It wasn't even that serious, as far as the they wanted my Twitch earnings. They wanted my Twitch. That was one reason why I left Olympus, because I didn't want to sign a contract. I didn't want to have to wager any of my earnings. Olympus wanted 10% of my earnings. They wanted 10% of my earnings. And Handy don't make a lot of money. Y'all think I do? I don't make a lot of money. Not on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, nah, because here's the thing. At that time, they didn't offer me, like, they didn't help me get any lucrative deals. They didn't help me, none of that. All the sponsors you see right here, all the sponsors you see on the stream, I've reached out myself. You know what I'm saying? I've done all that myself. I'm not trying to boast like that. I'm just saying, like, there's been no finder fee with Handy Kill Cam as far as going to getting me deals or anything like that. All partnerships, all meetings, all that is Handy Kill Cam spending time off stream and messaging and contacting and getting to know people and networking and talking with people. I probably put as much time off stream as I do in stream on my stream. So I don't so that whole finder fee stuff, like, I don't know, man. So, like, but the point I was trying to make is, like, I wasn't even, like, presented with like an 80-20 split. It was like a 10% thing. It was nothing that serious. So for them to be like that with him, and because FaZe makes money elsewhere too. They don't make money off of freaking Tfue, and the only money supposedly they've made off Tfue is the 60 grand, and that was off the deals, the lucrative deals that FaZe gave him, and which was the finder's fee. And so they were like, okay, because we gave you this deal with the sponsorship, we want, this such and such money. But it wasn't 80-20 split. Or it wasn't FaZe 80, it wasn't FaZe 80 and him 20. It was the other way around. It was FaZe 20 and him 80, supposedly. But that's not what I'm here to say. I'm not here to say Tfue is whatever. You want to know what I really think it is? Because and I have to talk about this because I've been in a similar situation. So Tfue and Tfue and FaZe Bank are really close friends. Like they're really, really good friends. They've really like, you know, they open up to each other. They're boys. You know what I'm saying? And what I think happened was it's kind of like the same thing that happened to me. Conversation. They probably had a conversation behind closed doors. Somebody probably said something they shouldn't have. It was taken out of context. Probably was in a text message, so forth and so forth. And out of nowhere, boom, I'm suing you. Now, did both parties handle that correctly? Probably not. Should a Tfue filed a lawsuit? Probably not. Because it was probably something that could have been handled off stream, just like with my situation. You know, there was a situation between me and a friend at a time that had nothing to do with per se me, but it was something that was taken out of context in a lot of ways on both sides. And instead of handling it off stream or out of social media eye, it was brought attention to social media eye, and it went further than what it had to be. So this is what I feel that it had to. This is what I feel that happened, because these two, at the end of the day, these two are best friends. These two were good friends. These two were like close. These two shared things with people that like they never they haven't done before. You know, that they don't share with other people. So I feel that somebody just got offended, and the daddy, because you got to remember, daddy is Tfue's manager. Okay. Parents as managers is never a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't have a manager. I wish I kind of had a manager sometimes, but I don't have a manager, so I don't necessarily know how that goes. But I think what happened was, this is what I think what happened. You know, that Tfue and Banks maybe had a conversation that they're not going to talk about on social media because that would be dumb. And, you know, Tfue said, nah, Daddy, Banks is man. And Daddy said, okay, you know what we gonna do? We gonna do this. And I don't think Tfue really understood how serious it was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? But it sucks because now Tfue went so far that like they can't repair that. They can't just be boys now. You know what I'm saying? Because now are you not only hurting not only are you hurting Banks, but you're hurting Banks's brand, and you're putting false claims on the brand that, you know, even though Nadeshot didn't have no right to say or open his mouth or whatever the case may be, it made perfect sense because the investors are gonna look at it like this. Well, you see all that drama over there? We can't invest in that. We can't invest in esports like this. I don't want that kind of mess on my name. You know what I'm saying? Look at what Optic's going through right now, and you know, but you know, so I don't know. Wait, hold on. Give me a chance to read everything. He said, perfect example, Crew Dog, and if he doesn't know what baseball to use, Pokemon instead, then we have different definitions.
Okay, so basically they're talking about what gambling is.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's something. It would basically. This is a conversation that we actually had months ago on a different on a podcast we did a while back, talking about what is loot boxes considered gambling. That's basically what they're going back and forth about right now.
Yeah. And you know, personally, I'm gonna call, you know, FaZe Banks doesn't know me. FaZe Banks probably gonna call me some little whatever the case may be. Yeah, I'm not a snake in the grass, homie. Let me put it to you like this. But honestly, bro, I wouldn't have done a video. I wouldn't have done a no emotional outburst, because when it happened to me, as much as I wanted to get because I was misunderstood, as much as I wanted to get my point across and get it the right way, because I was taken out of context in a lot of ways, because it was just a big misunderstanding in a lot of ways, because at the end of the day, we both wanted the same thing. as much as I wanted to say something, I knew it was in best interest for me not to say anything, because at the end of the day, it wouldn't have done anything. It wouldn't have done anything. It would have just made the situation worse. It'd have blown the situation worse, because at the end of the day, the one thing you don't want to do in your community is cause division. And right now, that's what's going on in the FaZe community right now. It is causing division right now. And and that sucks, because it says it like this. A house divided cannot stand. So right now, the FaZe house is divided, and I'm not talking about the actual physical house. I'm talking about like the org itself, because there's some people like, man, what's going on? Like, what's going on with FaZe? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, like, I don't know. Like, I think, personally, I think it was just a big misunderstanding between boys. And because, maybe Tfue didn't like what was said or done, or whatever the case may be, he went and cried to daddy. And daddy said, you know what, son? I got you. We gonna go sue him. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna get you your money worth. Because I guarantee you, there's no way. If you knew, like, go look up Tfue's net worth. There's no way FaZe is taking that money. I don't think so. And if so, then somebody's pocketed it somewhere. But I think so now. What? So wait, are we talking about pasta now? You're describing a game of chance. Are we still
talking about gambling?
We're talking about gambling? Okay, good. I can keep going on my opinion then. So like, I don't know. I just feel like it was a big misunderstanding between boys, and one person took it too far and brought it to social media, but he just went crazy and decided that I'm gonna sue. And because really, the funny thing is, his contract was up anyways, chat. His contract was gonna be up anyways. It made no sense. They were in renegotiations with his contract. He could have easily walked away, so it makes no sense for him to do what he did unless he's, like, I'm gonna just be frank, butthurt. Because his boy hurt his feelings. And look, I'm gonna be real. Boys hurt each other's feelings. I've hurt OG's feelings before. OG's hurt my feelings before. But at the end of the day, like, we still boys. We handle it outside of social media. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and to kind of put it into perspective, because I want to bring up something, not the whole detail, but I'll bring up something that happened kind of in the past, that happened with the music thing. Because we did have a partnership with other people when it came to music. I know that Handy and another person were having some issues. I'm not going to go into the full detail, but they had issues. But even though we eventually had to stop the productions, if you will, they're still friends at the end of the day.
Right.
Because, even though it didn't work out professionally, even though at first they were mad at each other for a while, but they eventually both got over it, they made up, and they're cool now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that might be what ends up happening here. It's just right now it's just being blown up higher than it should have been. But back then, they didn't blow it up that high, because it was actually potentially involving money, because it was something that was really getting set out to be a moneymaker.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually had a contract and everything that I still have, by the way.
I still have mine too. I still have. I still have the original master copies, actually, of the music. It's crazy. And I have it in a safe.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. But yeah. So, but anyway, even though things didn't work out, it didn't get blown up to the point where it became a lawsuit, and they eventually still became friends or continued their friendship.
Yeah, that's still
they
my
were
boy.
not cool for a while, but yeah.
Yeah, that was still my boy, but I didn't go out and say I'm gonna sue you or vice versa. I didn't go, well, I didn't call because back then we didn't have social media. I didn't call
Right.
people and tell people. I didn't make no announcement. I didn't do none of that because at the end of the day, boys are gonna fight. Boys are not gonna get along sometimes. Let's just be real. Like, because okay, if I'm really your boy, like, I'm gonna pay attention to what goes on in your life, and I'm that best friend. Like, I'm gonna be real, and I've done this with OG before. I'm be like, dude, I don't think that was the best move for you to do. I don't like what you
Mhm.
did. I don't. I'm that dude. If I see something, I will call you and text you, bro. I don't think that was a good move for you to do. And they can either accept it or they don't. But at the end of the day, if we have a disagreement, he's still my boy. Like, I'm not gonna go and like go sue him or go whatever the case may be. And that's why I feel that happened here. I think it was just a disagreement between boys, and instead of Tfue handling it like he should have outside of social media without a lawsuit, because I really don't think there was needed to be a lawsuit. I feel that he went and whined to daddy and decided the lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? And and that's why I had to bring this up, because at the end of the day, like, I honestly don't really care. I don't follow Tfue. I follow esports because one day I'm gonna be involved in esports. I'm not saying like a player. I'm gonna be involved in like esports ownership. I'm gonna be involved in esports organizations. I didn't have Able Gamers write that for no reason, just to say, just to put it, just to look nice. I'm gonna do what I said I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have an esports league for the disabled. It's gonna happen. Just don't know when. But that's the thing though. Like, I feel like I said, I had to speak on this because I just recently kind of went through this. You know what I'm saying? It was a disagreement between boys. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that was my boy. You know what I'm saying? And it was taken out of proportion, and things happened, things went through, and that happened. But it is what it is. That person decided to do what they done. I didn't choose to do anything in return, because at the end of the day, that's still my boy. If he called me today and say, Handy, I need you, I'm gonna okay, what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? And I feel like that's what needs to happen. Somebody's got to swallow the pride in that Tfue and FaZe situation and say, you know what? We boys at the end of the day. Rip up the lawsuit. Because guess what? The lawsuit's not going to happen tomorrow. The lawsuit's not going to happen 2 months down the road. The lawsuit's probably going to end up happening 6 months down the road. A lot's going to happen in that 6 months. I guarantee you. It's something that could have been handled outside of a lawsuit. Truth be told. But that's why I feel like I had to, because I understand where Banks is coming from. It's emotional. It hurts, when somebody comes out at you with social media like that, and it was unexpected, or come at you with a lawsuit like that. It's unexpected. It is. It hurts. It does hurt. Like, there's not much, but I don't agree with how FaZe Banks did it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't agree with how he did it. But definitely. Oh, we still talking about gambling. I'm not. We've had this conversation so many times on the podcast. I'm probably not even going to give my opinion on it, because you can go back like 10 or 20 episodes about loot. You know what I'm saying?
No, there were some comments that were somewhat related that wasn't gambling, so I'll go over those real quick.
Okay.
Basically, someone said first world problems, millionaires suing multimillionaires, and then basically someone was saying suing each other is their second favorite pastime, right after corporate takeovers to expand their monopolies. And then basically the next comment was he wants more money, and he wants to get the money from other means, i.e. different sponsors that FaZe won't let him. So yeah, there were a few comments actually relating to the subject. I thought I'd bring that up real quick.
I mean, of course, that's why I said, he wants to go the ninja route, because the ninja, Ninja's not really under a org. He was under Luminosity at one time. I don't know if he still is. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? But when you're not under a org, you're not. Let me put it like this: when you're under a real lot, this is probably gonna hurt people when I say this, but I just got to be real. There's a difference between when you're on an org that's just made up by friends, and then there's a difference between an org that is like that's like sanctioned, like that's got a license, that's got a LCC, LC whatever it's called, LCC whatever trademark thingy. I can't remember what it's called, but those are the difference, right? So when you have an LCC org thing, there are certain things you have to follow. There's certain guidelines you have to follow, and things like that. So when you are under that LCC and all that stuff with the org, you got to follow those rules. And if you don't, it hurts you and the org. And so this is why the love of money is the root. Yes, this is why the love of money is the root. Again, stress. Agreed. But unfortunately, people don't. You know what? You know what's funny, Mosquito, that you mentioned that is people forget that part of the part where it says love. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand that the love part is in there. But anyway, that's another conversation for another day. That's a sermon. Yeah, limited. Yeah, exactly. So there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? If you know, just like for instance, if I'm under an org that doesn't have an LCC, they can't really hold me to anything. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not sanctioned, it's not licensed. But again, I've been doing a lot of research, guys, because I told you this thing is gonna be real one day. I don't know how, don't know when, but it's gonna be real. But anyway, so like, you know, that's why you know, Courage got out from underneath the Optic. That's why you know, Ninja got out from underneath his, because with him being on his own, he had the freedom to do and say who he wanted. He had the freedom to accept what sponsors that he wanted, what sponsors he wanted to deal with, what sponsors he wanted to hang with. That's understandable. But you know what? Tfue, let me explain something to you, and you ain't gonna listen to me, but that's okay. I'm gonna pretend like I'm talking to you. You should have took a page out of Courage, brother. Because Courage did that like a gentleman. A lot of people don't like exactly how he did it or whatever because they don't understand the situation. But if you actually go and you look and you do some research, you'll find out that really Courage is the reason why Optic stayed together through all that drama and that mess. Because Optic was falling apart when Courage got there. And Courage said, "What are you doing? This is the chance of a lifetime. People would love to be in your position. Quit whining and get it together." He didn't say it like that, but you know, put Courage's, you know, stuff in perspective and how he says things in his voice, and you'll get it together. But like that's the thing, like, you know. So I understand why if Tfue wants out of his contract or whatever the case may be, but that's not the way to go, bro. That's not the way to go. That's not the way to do it. You can do it legally, and the thing you don't want to do, especially in this business, because you never know when you're gonna have to go back and cross a bridge. You don't want to burn bridges, man. Don't burn a bridge if you don't have to. Don't burn a bridge if you don't got to, because guess what? You know how many bridges I've had to recross with people that I've, like, you know, a lot of times, like, you know, that I you know, separated from. But guess what? I recrossed some bridges because networking is a two-way thing, man. A network is a bridge if you think about it. When you got you know, an Ethernet cord in one area and an Ethernet cord in another area, that creates a network, right? Well, guess what? If you stretch that cord out, what does it become? It becomes a bridge. So when you're networking, you're creating bridges. So if you're doing real networking and proper networking, you don't burn bridges. And unfortunately, Tfue decided to like burn his bridge like completely up in smoke and said, "You know what? I don't need FaZe Clan. F FaZe Clan." That's what he said. And it sucks to see that, because we're seeing bad examples on both sides. We're seeing bad examples as an owner on how owners handling the situation, and we're seeing a bad example on how a player should handle the situation. And this is one of the most popular people in Fortnite right now. So the kids are looking up to them and be like, you know what? I'm gonna be just like Tfue. Or you know what? I'm gonna be just like FaZe Bank, and I'm just gonna be emotionally outburst on Twitter because that makes sense. It's not. I understand Banks. I understand you from a full perspective how you want to emotionally outburst. Cause guess what, homie? I was in your shoes, bro. I wanted to emotionally outburst, but I didn't. So, you know, we have to understand as content creators, we have a responsibility. With much power comes responsibility. And so there's a bigger lesson to be learned. And I told you what I was going to say, not everybody was going to agree with. And because I wasn't going to pick sides. I think they're both at fault. You know? The old saying goes, the old saying goes, you can do 99
99 good things, and all they'll remember is the one bad thing you did.
That's so true, bro. That's so true, man. That's so true. Crudo, you don't even know, bro. Like, that's so true, bro, dude. Like, I felt that before. I felt that before. Really have. So, but I had to comment on it because I kind of felt, I needed to because I've been in that situation. Yeah, I've never been in part of no multi-deal contract, but I know what it's like to have a fallout between a good friend on social media, and that's what I feel like this became at some point.
And technically, you've had a semi-contract issue. It's just that it never escalated because we weren't at that thing in the past.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you've sort of been on both sides, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel you.
Definitely. It wasn't like no big money contract. It was more of it was a contract to protect everybody because because we were at a point. Like, y'all think I'm playing. We were at a point that possibly I was going to get signed and all this good stuff on a label. This is when I was younger. And I had to protect everybody. So I had everybody sign contracts. And there was just a disagreement between me and this one other gentleman who's actually a really good friend of mine now because we didn't go and blow up and do all the social media stuff, and stuff like that. We were actually really good friends now, and he respects why I did what I did, and he understands that I was just looking out for all of us, and that's pretty much what I try to do here in streaming is whatever I'm connected to, I try to make sure we're all protected because so a lot of times we don't know what we do and what we say, man. He said, I never do any audio work for anyone without a contract. Exactly, dude. Exactly. Exactly. Even if it's like a homegrown written contract. I mean now it's easy to print up a contract. You can go and get templates made, but back in the day, dude, like it was just off of a computer and a printer. And I just created a line and had people sign it and all kinds of stuff.
Well, to be more specific, I was actually the one that came up with the contract.
Oh yeah, you were.
I had y'all sign it.
That's true. I don't remember exactly.
But I signed it too. But yeah,
I don't remember exactly what it was to the full extent. But I just remember that it was a contract. I still have it somewhere. I do. I do too. I think I have it in the safe. But yeah. So I don't know. That's just my opinion on it, guys. And it sucks. And I think the thing that's more heartbreaking of it all is that, FaZe Bank put a lot of time and energy in this person to watch him grow at the end of the day. Whether you agree with what FaZe Banks did or not, he did what he could to watch him grow and, and stuff like that. And because he believed in this kid and for it to just come out of nowhere and for him to blow up at him like this, like I can understand fully why Banks is hurt, you know what I'm saying? And it just sucks that it happened between really good friends. It really does because these two were like really good friends. I mean, FaZe Banks has got Code Tfue tattooed on him. He just got it tattooed on him. So, I mean, it sucks, but it happens. But I'm here to say you that like this though. If you don't think a good and like let me give you some real time knowledge before we change subject. If you've never had a fallout with a good friend of yours, or if you've never had an argument with a good friend of yours, then you know what let me break something down to you. They're not really your friend. Because a real friend is not always going to disagree or not always going to agree with the moves you make. A real friend is always going to tell you what they feel. A real friend's going to be there for you regardless. A real friend is going to like tell you like how they feel even if it's a disagreement. You know what I'm saying? But a real friend is going to respect that you're being real with them and be your friend at the end of the day. Cuz I've been OG's friend for over 20 something years. And me and him have not always agreed eye to eye. It seems that way because we've been through a lot together, but we've worked it out, and we've become, it's helped us become better friends and help us understand where each other's coming from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So definitely. So let that be a life lesson. If you say you have a really good friend and you've never had like a fallout or an issue with them or like a disagreement with them, then they're not really your best friend. But anyway, we can go on from there. What did he say? Just part of having no friends, no arguments. No, bro, you gotta have friends, man. You gotta have friends. You gotta have friends, bro. We your friends, Abomination. We love you. One day I'm gonna call your work, and I'm going to pretend to be that person that gets on your nerves, just to hear you get angry. I'm just kidding. But what other news you got, man?
Oh yeah, we can step a little bit away from drama so that I can bring some good news to the mobile gaming community, since that's more or less what I represent for the most part. And it's nothing really crazy. This is more just numbers and stats and stuff because I like numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But I did read an article recently that said that mobile games have gone mainstream in the United States. That's right. It's actually considered a regular, normal, everyday
You just
thing.
made me spit on coffee all over myself. Oh my god.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't think that would make you spit out your coffee, but all right. I don't know where that came from.
Because look, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Gaming became mainstream on phones when Candy Crush came out.
Right, but it wasn't recognized as being mainstream back then. It was still kind of a new niche thing. That's kind of the difference here. Now, it's considered just everyday life. It's not weird. It's not what's that. It's like, oh, it's just Candy Crush. It's not because 10 years ago it'd have been like, what are you doing on your phone? What is that? Nowadays it's just like, oh, they're just playing Candy Crush. That's the difference right now.
Yeah.
So that's how you know it's mainstream, when they're like, oh, it's just that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's normal. But to put it into more perspective, the Tapjoy, which is basically a company who does these kind of reports, they report that mobile advertisements and apps monetized firms shows that 60% of the people who play mobile games now consider themselves gamers, as opposed to like 2016, where only 33% of people who played mobile games consider themselves gamers. So even within the past 3 years, that number has jumped to people who actually have accepted the fact that even though they just play mobile games, they're still gamers. 87% of people have been playing mobile games for more than 2 years, while 69% of people say they would rather give up social networking or television than mobile games.
Wait.
That's how big it is. They would rather just keep their mobile games than to have Facebook, Twitter, and all that, or just TV in general.
I disagree. I would rather have social media than
the mobile games.
The mobile games, yeah, because I get burned on mobile games.
See, I know. I'm actually kind of with this article because I have Facebook, but I'm not that active, and I don't do anything with Twitter, Snapchat, or any of that stuff. Like I don't even mess with that. And as far as TV is concerned, I don't even have cable anymore. Like I have like YouTube and Netflix. That's pretty much it. You know what
Well,
I mean?
that's crazy. Well, Netflix is fixing to go out of business. I don't know if you heard.
Well, that's another topic for later. But yes, there is a thing with Netflix versus Disney scenario that's going on. Yeah, I've heard about that last night. Actually, my
Yeah,
girlfriend found that out.
yeah.
It's not happening right away, but there is a chance that some big changes may be happening soon.
Yep,
Yes.
and it's because everybody's doing a streaming service now. Everybody. Um,
Hmm. But
but
as far as like
sorry,
the
I didn't,
whole like oh,
didn't
you're good. You're good.
go ahead.
Um, Advertisements also see more engagement as 41% of users pay more attention to mobile game ads when compared to traditional ads found on your other platforms of media, such as like internet, magazines, and even billboards, which people don't really pay attention to billboards
You want to
anyway.
know
Let's
why?
look
Because
at
they're hard to close out. They make the X hard. So it's like, well, you might as well just sit there and watch it for the 20 seconds. I'm serious. There's so many times
That's
like I tried
funny.
to close out the ad on a game and I accidentally click the actual ad and it'll take me to it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I'm like, well, and then I finally see the little X, right? And I'm like, oh, that's too
Mhm.
small. I'm just gonna chill. I was like, it's easier just for me to watch the 20 seconds than it is trying to close out the ad. So yeah,
Yep.
I believe that.
And here's another thing that kind of proves the point that me and you made many months ago. We talked about Final Fantasy 15: A New Empire, where there's a lot of women who played that game. So
Right.
for anyone who has doubts that a lot of women play games, this report also shows that 63% of mobile gamers are actually women. 28% are men, and 9% prefer not to say what gender they were, which,
Hmm.
whatever, I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah, yeah.
But, but the fact that, like, the majority of mobile gamers are women, like, that's interesting. And that kind of proves what we were saying was true about so many gamer girls playing mobile games. 54% of mobile gamers are actually parents.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. And 74% of mobile gamers open a gaming app at least 3 times a day,
That's true.
and 40, yep, and then 43% uh, open a mobile game app between 5 to 10 times or more in a single day. Like basically, and what we're saying is, like, you wake up in the morning, you open up your player game, you do whatever you're doing, and you go to work. On your next break, you open up your game again, do something, go
Go to
back to
work.
work. Go to lunch, open up your game, go back home, open up your game. So these are people who are like basically working or going to school or whatever the case may be, and they're basically playing games in between anytime they have a break in. That's basically what this report is saying. They spend as much time as they can playing these games.
Let me share you something. Let me share some fun fact with you, right? And I don't know what stat you put it under, and I don't know how to say it because I don't want to seem like it's sexist or whatever. But okay, so check this out. Remember, my wife, she was playing Coin Master. Remember that game I was talking
Mhm.
about, Coin Master? Remember how stupid she said it was and how she didn't like the game, right? Well, she has not uninstalled the game yet, right? So
Mhm.
she was bored the other day because my wife really doesn't watch Game of Thrones, right? Low key, even though my wife didn't want to admit it, she didn't want to admit it to my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law because she didn't want to get into a debate. But my wife thinks Game of Thrones is boring. She thinks it's too much dialogue. Okay. Um. So, anyway, um. So like during during the season finale of Game of Thrones, my wife wasn't watching it. She was playing Coin Master, and was texting my wife because I saw her playing. I was like, "Thought you didn't like Coin Master." She's like, "Well, it's something to play right now."
Yep.
I'm like, okay. So even if you don't like a game and you leave a game on the phone, you end up playing it anyway. You don't like Game of Thrones either? Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't like it. I mean, she likes the blood and guts and stuff and all the other stuff. I mean, she loves Sons of Anarchy. She thought Sons of Anarchy was great, but she feels like the Game of Thrones was too much dialogue. It actually puts her to sleep. There's only 3 things in Game of Thrones, adult nudity, adult nudity, murder, and dialogue. She wants more. Yes, 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 yes. She'd rather like that was like one of her favorite things about Sons of Anarchy. It was all the craziness, like y'all understand. Like we like gangster shows. Like we watch a lot of gangster shows. Like when it comes to like dramas and stuff like that. Like I don't even know if you call it gangster. I don't know what you call it. Action. It's just half the time they end up being like gangster stuff. So
Yep. Also, to address some of the mobile gaming content comments on here. So yeah, there were definitely handheld games in the '80s. So yeah, I definitely agree that mobile gaming definitely did not start with cell phones. It's more of a mainstream thing when it comes to cell phones. But yeah, like if you ever had a Game Boy, a Game Gear, or lots of other devices back in the older days, I mean, you were playing effectively mobile games. It
but
just was never really a big topic back
and not
then.
only that, but you didn't have adults having Game Gears and Game Boys, right? It was the young children. The phones make gaming more accessible because everybody has a cell phone, right? Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody has a cell phone. So then, and that's why, and hear me out. This may seem like I'm changing gears here for a second, but I'm not. This is why free-to-play games are such a win, because they're more accessible. And what made that more of a thing? Mobile gaming. Free-to-play was not really a thing until mobile games started taking off. Because really, honestly, mobile games, quote-unquote Android, were the first ones to really come out with good free-to-play games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then to put it more into perspective, with things like Game Boys and stuff like that, you paid for those, so there was no such thing as free to play back in those days. So free to play mobile games didn't actually start until Android and Apple and all that started doing their thing. So that's kind of where the big difference is. And another thing too, just to address another comment here, speaking of mobile games, what's with the number of dungeon crawler RPG games? Well, let's just be honest with you. RPGs are the biggest money making thing in mobile games. Just to be honest, it's that puzzle games and card games are part of, in my opinion, the big three on what's making the most money. But RPGs, that's where, because like even though there's so many of them, when people play and they want to be number one, a lot of people will throw their money at the screen to make sure they're number one. So that's just what it boils down to. There's a lot of them because they make money. That's why there's so many of them out there.
Look at WoW. I am really surprised there's no WoW mobile version yet.
Yeah, I don't know if there is. I haven't really looked
No,
into
there's
that.
not.
It probably isn't because you have a PC.
But there's a free to play Call of Duty coming out, and it's gonna have multiplayer. It's gonna have basically what we have right now in Call of Duty, and that's another thing we need to talk about too. Speaking of Call of Duty, this is a game changer, guys. Activision is no longer the head of Call of Duty no more. It's not going to be split off into three companies no more. Treyarch is fully taking over Call of Duty. There's not going to be Sledgehammer Call of Duty next year. There's not going to be Infinity Ward Call of Duty next year. There is going to be Black Ops 5 next year. All Black Ops. So it's just Treyarch from now on. Treyarch is officially taken over. So this is exactly what I said. Well, not exactly what I said was going to happen, but this is exactly what I said was going to happen with the BR. So BR, what's going to happen, I guarantee you, next year, the Blackout mode's going to be free to play, and it's going to be updates.
Yep.
You thought Raven was doing Blackout 5? No. I think it's Treyarch. It's officially Treyarch. I don't know if Raven's gonna help Treyarch, but as far as I know, like Activision is not. They're not touching it, and I don't know why. Don't know what happened. Don't know. Just, I really. Raven is replacing Sledgehammer. Oh, yeah, yeah, it's replacing Sledgehammer. So it's pretty much gonna be Treyarch. Treyarch. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They have help with the recent CODs. So, well, no, it'll be 2020. It should be 2020 because they're gonna be doing it every year now, supposedly. I think, if I remember correctly. I don't know. It was a while back since I read the article. I actually wasn't gonna bring it up yet because I haven't really fully like read it to give my full opinion. Because I honestly feel like, when they said, "Oh, Activision's only letting go people for marketing and sales," I think that was a lie. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, let me address a couple of comments real quick because
Yeah.
there was a few that I missed here.
Okay, good.
Yes, you can play for free without paying for your phone. There are some services like if you have it kind of depends on the phone service you have, but some cell phone services, if you have a contract, for example, you can have a phone for free. Now, as far as cell service, you do have to pay for a phone anyway, so it's not like you're paying anything extra. But if you happen to just have Wi-Fi, you technically don't even need cell service because you're just playing on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you play on
So
McDonald's.
technically, no, you don't actually have to have cell service. You just need the device itself. So, I mean, ideally, you're paying for something either way, but that something you're paying for is not giving revenue to the company that the game is coming out of. Because when you pay money through, let's say Square Enix for one of their mobile games, the cell service isn't getting money
Okay,
for that.
Google.
They're only getting money for the services you
Activision
have.
let goes of Call of Duty. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm talking to
No, you're
myself.
good. You're good. But I was just kind of addressing the earlier comments. I just didn't want them to think I was ignoring that. So I did see it. We had just kind of changed gears for a moment. But yeah, I mean, definitely you need something, obviously, to play these games. Almost like you have to have a PlayStation 4 to play a PlayStation 4 game. So yeah, I mean, you do still need to make an investment to have it, but the difference is
Activision
you're
let
not
go
shelling
of Call
out
of Duty.
more money to have this game. You just get the game, and then you choose if you want to pay more money for it. That's the main difference.
No, so to let you know, IW is not doing Call of Duty. The next Call of Duty is going to be Black Ops 5. There's no IW. There's none of that. Activision's like letting go of Call of Duty. So the only people that are going to be working on Call of Duty is Treyarch. Treyarch's taking over. So you gotta look it up. I will put the article up on Twitter. So if you follow me on Twitter, I will put it up. But Activision's taking over. IORIO is no. They canceled it, Mosquito. They canceled it. It's been canceled. They put a tweet out. It's been canceled.
What, Infinite Warfare?
Yeah, the new IW. It's been canceled, buddy. The new Call of Duty is going to be Black Ops 5. So, in fact, go look at Charlie Intel. That's where I got most of the information from. From what I understood, there's going to be no IW this year. So, from what I understood, I could be completely wrong, but from what I understood, there's going to be no IW. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. So, I'm actually excited, not because I think Treyarch does the best, but but it doesn't count to you. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, dude. This is just what they from what I read in the article, they just felt like they couldn't. They didn't have nothing. Like they couldn't do nothing. So Treyarch. So I don't know. I like Treyarch. I like what Treyarch does. So
And yes, you can buy unlocked phones and use it without that particular service, but I think if you're trying to use it like a general phone, you still have to have some kind of service. But if you're just wanting to play stuff on Wi-Fi, then no, you don't need any kind of special services.
Not technically. I'm about to blow your mind. Watch this. So what you do is you get your Wi-Fi. You download an app called Google Voice, and you take that and you get a number, and you use that number, and basically you have a phone number to that account. What it does is it links it to your Gmail account, and so you can get a phone call that way. But the problem,
I forgot about that.
the problem is you can only get phone calls when you have Wi-Fi. So if you have no Wi-Fi, you have no. Oh, thank you, Angela. Angela trying to move up the mod ranks. There we go. I wish there were mod ranks. That'd be dope. Yeah. Treyarch is to release Call of Duty 5 in 2020 and Black Ops 5 in 2020 as Sledgehammer game drops. Yep. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Yep. Thank you, Angela. Woo woo. Yo. Thank you. This is exactly what I was talking about. And supposedly Treyarch's just gonna take over. So, thank you, Angela. You're awesome. Thank you. Sledgehammer wasn't next. Are you sure? Because I don't know. I don't think.
Here.
Huh? What?
I was having some technical difficulties on my end. I had to get out and back in, so I missed a couple of minutes here.
Oh, well, I don't know. That's what it says, buddy. It says 2020, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens, Mosquito. I have nothing else to debate. I can't. It's not. You know what I'm saying? We'll see who's right and who's wrong. It really don't matter. IW was the next one. Such. Yo! Thank you for that follow, freak. Let's go, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, bud. Yeah, I changed my follow alert. I made it more handy kill cam this time instead of
nice.
Yeah. So that's actually my head bobbing up and down like a bobblehead. Of course, because handy bobbleheads.
I can see you as a bobblehead.
I was gonna say handy bobbleheads coming soon. Yo, how many? If I was to make bobbleheads, how many y'all would get? How many y'all would get a handy bobblehead? I mean, yo, that'd be awesome to see. I don't know. I wouldn't do it, but I'm just saying hypothetically, if I was to get a handy bobblehead, supposedly IW, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. And my question is why would they even make that announcement? You know what I mean? We'll see what happens, Mosquito. I'll end up buying Call of Duty anyway, because, you gotta remember, Call of Duty is where I started streaming, so I can't just be like, I'm not Call of Duty, and, I do that every year, and I end up buying it anyway, so I might as well, just like I do the wrestling games, secretly play, in the dark. I play WWE wrestling games, and all that stuff and craziness. Speaking of which, E3's coming soon, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. Let me try to find the date. I think it's like the beginning of June, if I'm not mistaken. But let me double check. Let me just do a little research real quick.
Research. I'm trying to think of any games I'm really excited for. Honestly, there's not. Right now. There's really nothing, because here's the thing, right? It's all information. There's not really much I could do with information, because you could tell me all the information in the world, and that's cool, and I'm cool with that. But the problem is we're having here with gaming nowadays is not information, it's execution. You know what I'm saying? And this is why games like Fortnite, still do well. This is why Apex is not doing well. This is why PUBG is doing horrible. Is because execution. not because of idea.
Well, technically, PUBG is doing fantastic on mobile. It's just
Well,
not
on
doing good on console.
supposedly, as I was doing, it was going down a YouTube rabbit hole last night. Unfortunately, PUBG has a new PTR update for console, and it's supposed to be really well. So I guess it's going to BIW.
Oh, by the way, E3.
Oh, you're breaking up. You're breaking up. What? You what? Huh? You're breaking up again. Discord, I'm a partner. You're not supposed to be doing me this way. What?
Oh.
Discord is doing me dirty, chat. I'm hoping and praying Discord comes out with the service that I want. I need pop out video, Discord. MW4. We'll see, man. Okay, so she just put the link up. Okay. Well, then why did they announce it? Why did they announce it so early in the game? Why did Sledgehammer just give up? Think about it though. Like, they gave up before they even started. I bet you Sledgehammer is just gonna come up with their own IP, a new IP. What were we gonna say?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Good. Welcome to Sprint.
Okay, so yeah, right. So E3 is June 11th through June 3rd.
Okay.
So you got about what 2 or 3-ish more weeks before it drops. So,
Are we?
and yes, I'm looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do with the FF7 remake. I did see that comment.
You did. Okay.
I'm definitely looking forward to.
So my question is, are you taking that day off? Because I have an idea.
So I believe it starts on a Tuesday, so I might be off as an appointment. I don't know what their appointment date is. I'll have to double check.
Okay, because why don't we do this, if possible? Because you remember you wanted to come over and hang out anyway. Why don't we do the podcast live at my house like we normally do, but we watch the E3 live at my house while we're doing the podcast? Could happen. We could watch the favorite parts anyways, and then we could stream it, and then we could talk about it at the same time. We could do that.
Now, would it be us watching it as it's live, or just kind of doing a post thing and watching it when it's already out and not live?
No, we could.
The reason I ask is because sometimes when it's live, it's not always in good quality, because sometimes they mess up a lot, so that might not be good.
Well, I mean, I don't think the chat would be watching it because of the quality. I think the chat would be wanting to watch our live responses.
Right.
I think.
So yeah,
I think
we might be able to give that a try. Definitely.
I think so.
And yes, they have announced. Well, they didn't announce anything new for FF7 remake, except for they added a new trailer, which has more gameplay. And
did you watch it? Did you watch it?
I actually have seen it. Yes.
And your thoughts?
So it's going to be different, which I don't mind.
Yeah.
It's not going to be what you played in the beginning. It's not going to be.
No, I lost you.
Actually, it's like Kingdom Hearts is kind of what it. That's the closest comparison I'm making.
It's
so
gonna be like Final Fantasy 15 when it comes to the fighting, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be something similar to Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, so you're going to be controlling one character at a time. The only thing that I'm not understanding is in the late game, like when Cloud becomes, let's just say out of it for a while. Are you going to be controlling Tifa? Are they going to let you choose who's going to be the party leader? I don't know any details as far as how they're going to do that. But yes, they are doing a different route to Final Fantasy VII while still keeping up with the same story.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to play Final Fantasy VII again. Honestly, in a newer realm, in a newer way.
Interesting to see it played differently, and hopefully they stick to a more Final Fantasy 15-ish type of combat rather than the Dirge Cerberus one. Because the Dirge Cerberus felt like more of a wannabe Devil May Cry, and I don't want it to be that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd rather it be an actual,
You're breaking up? No.
215 coming.
Yeah. To be honest with you, and I'm gonna get a lot of flack of this. I'm not a fan of Devil May Cry. But again, I'm not a fan of hack and slash. All Devil May Cry is hack and slash with combos, with fancy skin, and looking cool.
I actually like a hack and slash kind of game, so I'm actually a decent fan of Devil May Cry. Not as much as another friend of ours. We have a mutual friend who loves Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
I like it. He loves it, and that's okay. But yeah, I mean, but not like that because that's just not how an RPG needs to be. It doesn't need to be a hack and slash, so to speak. It just needs to have its, action RPG-ish elements.
Yeah, definitely.
And so you have friends in school that
I can't.
13 or case stuff.
You're breaking up.
That's cool.
You're breaking up.
I'm
Yeah, you're breaking
That's
up.
what I get.
You're breaking up worse than Angelina Jolie and freaking Brad Pitt. I don't know where that came from, but yeah. I have no more news as far as that. I'm little.
Again. Well,
He's breaking up again. I can't hear him. Chat. Discord, get it together. It's actually Discord because I've been doing a lot of research and apparently Discord's been having some issues lately.
Can you hear me now?
I can, Mr. Sprint guy.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know if it's me which up at the same time on a different device that's messing me up or what.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
But I did see the comment about the person saying that he has friends at school that wanted to control Red 13 or Kate Sith and stuff like that. I don't know if they're going to give you an option to control the leader. I think it would be a cool idea. Like, as long as they're a part of the story, you should definitely be able to choose who you're actually fighting with in the opening. I do agree with that. So hopefully they do something like that. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
And I don't know if it's going to be episodic or anything like that, because I know that was a thing like years ago that they were saying that Final Fantasy VII may be more episodic on the remake. I've seen nothing that says one way or the other for sure, so I don't know.
We're in a voice channel, Abomination.
Yeah, we're on Discord voice channel. Yeah.
Yeah, we're on our podcast channel. Yeah. Cause that's how our Discord rocks, man. Actually, my Discord is very chill. Like, my Discord is not busy compared to a lot of other partner Discords I'm in. I don't know if that's a good
thing. The only
thing.
reason that I think I'm having issues with connectivity right now is because not only am I using my tablet to do the podcast and my research, but I'm also using my phone to try to look at the chat too on Twitch, which I don't normally do. So that could be eating up some of what I have. I don't know. Or it could just be Discord. I don't know.
You heard that voice are more stable. Yeah, but the thing is, like, I don't know. It's hard to well, I guess it doesn't matter now because it's just me and him. Maybe we'll do that next week. See how that goes. Yeah, because I've been hearing a lot of issues with the voice channels lately, even for the partners, because normally partners are supposed to have like more priority or whatever, so forth. But yeah, but it's just because Discord's expanding. A lot of good things happening with Discord. They still need to come out with the pop-out cam feature so I can get him on the camera.
You don't need that.
Yeah, we do. We need to see you fall out of the chair live.
No.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we definitely do. But did you have anything else more you want to discuss? I'm pretty good right now.
I'm actually not looking at my topics right now. I can look real quick. I mean, there is one big thing that me and you both need to kind of chat about too.
Okay.
But I think that we'll just kind of go with that because I'll wait for next week for anything else. Yeah, I think we should just bring it up now.
Okay.
and I found a couple of articles that also confirm it as well. So if you want to go ahead and bring that up real quick.
Okay, go ahead. What is the one thing? What is the thing?
It's the Microsoft and Sony thing.
Oh yes, Microsoft and Sony are coming together in next gen. So, they're coming together
When you say next gen, it's not for the console.
No.
Let's be
no.
not next gen console. They're coming together to compete with Google Stadia and Apple Arcade on their own thing as far as like streaming service.
Yeah, streaming service. Yes. So basically, PlayStation and Xbox are coming together to create their own streaming service and work together. I'm a little. I don't know, man. How does that work?
So to be more specific, it's not PlayStation specifically. I have to say it for a reason. It's Sony and Microsoft are getting together to make this. Now, the reason that I can't say PlayStation is because I actually read in a different article that the PlayStation division had no idea this was happening until it was announced.
Oh, talk about lack of communication problems.
Yeah, so that's why I don't say PlayStation, because PlayStation did not know. This was an actual Sony company thing talking with Microsoft that was not related to PlayStation at all.
Oh, you didn't know? Sony better call somebody. Jeez.
Yeah, so this has nothing to do with PlayStation division in general. This is just Sony overall and Microsoft overall trying to create a services. As far as consoles are concerned, there are still going to be competing, but they're working together corporate wise to make a streaming service.
How do you think that's gonna work though? Because what I'm guessing is you're still probably gonna need separate subscriptions.
So I think what it is Microsoft has some kind of engine that they already know will work, and Sony is going to be using that to push it further. They're going to have a little more financial backing on it and do whatever they're going to do. They're going to cooperate, and then whatever it's going to be called. So basically, Sony is going to use Microsoft's
technology,
engine, if you will, technology to make it happen. And what's even more interesting about the whole situation is now Nintendo is wanting a piece of the pie too, because on rumor, but Nintendo is also trying to get with Microsoft about using their thing too to make their own service.
You know what I smell?
Mm-hmm.
Video game hub. Like a hub. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's where like you just, it's like, if you want Nintendo, you go to this part of the section of the hub. You go to PlayStation, you want this part of the section of the hub. Now, like my problem is like I'm not gonna want to subscribe to all three services. I'm gonna like, if I subscribe to this like online streaming services, I'm gonna want to be able to to dabble in them all. So that probably means that it's going to be very limited as far as games. Like this is what I'm thinking, right? Like, say for instance, but a small, but like, so here's what I'm thinking. Like, I pay $50 a year, right? And I'm just throwing prices out there. I don't even know. Like, say for instance, I throw $50 a year, and I get so I get to stream part of like some of Xbox's good games. We'll say, Xbox really don't got nothing exclusives right now, but we'll just pretend like we really like Xbox games. So we're gonna say Halo 5, Forza, and then
Gears of War.
And then you go to the PlayStation side, you got God of War, Spider-Man, some of those. And then you go to Nintendo, you might have Smash Bros, Super Mario Odyssey. Maybe Super Mario Maker, since Super Mario Maker 2 will be coming out in like in the next couple of weeks. So you have Super Mario Maker, you have those games, right? They'll pull, but you know what I'm saying. But you're not gonna have like full big libraries, I don't think. Yeah, but if someone wants to play an Xbox game on PlayStation through the Hub app using PlayStation Network services, the PlayStation Network could throttle the services of the Xbox app because it's yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work. I'm curious. Like maybe that's not true. Maybe it's gonna be like this. Maybe it's all gonna be 3 separate services, but Xbox's technology is just gonna be running in the background as far as like keeping the server stable. Possibly. That's probably more logically what is going to happen. Even though I like my idea better. But logically, you're probably going to have 3 different separate services, but like Xbox is going to be like, now the problem is like when Xbox servers go down, you're not gonna be able to play. You're not gonna be able to play on the PlayStation. Yes, yeah, it's possible that's gonna be 100% fair, but companies always have the option to throttle like that. Yeah, that's very true. They do. Stupid Fly came back, but I don't know.
Uh-oh.
What are your thoughts, OG? What do you think about this? If you can.
So it's a little confusing for starters. I also believe it's unnecessary. I really don't think the console companies like Nintendo, Microsoft, or Sony really need to do anything like this because, I mean, they're doing successful as they are. They already have their own subscription services.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Like, it'd be one thing if maybe if we happen to have X, or we'll say, Sony's, network or whatever.
Mhm.
If you already have a Sony for monthly services, how do you factor that into the streaming?
Yeah, I don't
Or
know.
is it already going to be included? Like, what are they going to do with that? Like, so it's just confusing, and there's not enough information. So I have no idea.
Here's the thing that bothers me is, there's been reports of Stadia not doing so well. They didn't think Stadia was going to do so well. So why do they feel so threatened? They got to know something more than the public knows about Stadia. Because you got to remember, just because the public doesn't know doesn't mean people don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of things behind the scenes that none of us know about and none of the community knows about, unless you're in the industry specifically. The only reason that maybe
You're breaking up again.
nations might be scared
Yeah.
could be the fact that, mobile gaming is generating more money than console gaming these days, or at least that's what it seems to be going on. So they're seeing them as a threat because microtransactions through puzzle games and mobile RPGs are $1 million money-making corporations.
Yeah.
Whereas, the only way that the console companies can keep up have monthly services. That's the only way that consoles can keep up. Because, I mean, yeah, you can pay $60 for a game, but that's all you're making. While these mobile companies like Google and Apple, they're making constant money off of the same title.
Well,
So
yeah.
consoles have to make up for that. So yeah, it's a real threat to console companies.
Yeah. I feel like they think that Stadia is gonna be more stable than what people are saying. You know what I mean? And because why if you knew, like, here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. If I'm a developer of State or like PlayStation or whatever the case may be, if I work over at PlayStation and I know that Stadia is not gonna be that stable, I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I'm just gonna let Stadia fall flat on his face. Why do I need Why do I need to overextend when I don't need to? That's my thing. But apparently I feel like they know something that we don't about Stadia being more stable than what people are saying. And I feel like that's why, like, yo, we need to come together because we can't do this by ourselves. PlayStation, you can't do this by yourself. Hey, this is what Xbox is saying right now. Yo, you can't do this by yourself. You need us. Stadia's gonna take over. Like, that's what I feel
It's
like.
dangerous to go alone. Take
Take this. And it's funny, because this is, Microsoft may not have the games, but Microsoft has the technology. And it's funny to say that though, but it's true. And it's crazy, dude. Like, there's something going on that we don't understand and we don't know for them to come together. Because
Nobody really knows anything about Google Stadia or Apple Arcade. Like, everyone's just assuming that it's not going to be stable, but there's no evidence of that, really.
Right. Somebody knows something though. For them,
maybe a few tests that may have went wrong, but that happens all the time.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Somebody that's not somebody that's like in the public knows something, and that's why they're like, look, we got to come together. Like, they're singing the Rolling Stones song, "Come Together Right Now." That's what they're doing right now. And yeah, that's what they're coming together. I don't know, man. I'm a little scared about it, honestly, because it just seems like it's gonna be more money out of my pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I personally think it's not even necessary for these console companies to go this route. I think they should just kind of what they're already doing, making consoles, do their subscription services that they have, and just be innovative and creative with what they already have, rather than trying to compete with Google Stadia and Apple. Let Google and Apple duke it out. Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony should not really be getting involved in that mess.
Yeah,
but they're going to get involved because they see potential money. And
that's greedy. It's greediness. Yeah, it's greediness, and that greediness could help. That greediness could help end, the console of PlayStation and Xbox. You know what I'm saying? If they would just stay in their lane, and Nintendo, why are you trying to get involved? You've always stayed in your lane. Why now? Why now, Nintendo? You're doing fine, Nintendo. Jesus.
Now,
go ahead.
The rumor. I don't know how true it is. This is based off of some Twitter feeds from people within the company. So I don't know if Nintendo was really how hard they're pursuing this.
Wait, you on Twitter now?
No.
I
found the article that basically they pasted some of the Twitter feeds on there. So no, I don't do Twitter myself. No.
I was about to say, you on Twitter now? You ain't.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Remember, I'm not the big social media guy. Like, I have Facebook, and that's pretty much it.
That's funny. That's crazy though, man. We'll see what happens, man. They're probably going to announce it at E3. Well, Microsoft will probably announce part of it on E3. So close.
Well,
go ahead.
And
you're breaking up. I can't hear you. Hey. We don't do cuts here in the podcast.
Nope.
All right, we can hear you now. Are you on Wi-Fi right now?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Huh.
Like I said, I guess, I don't know if it's because I'm also on Twitch on my phone or what, but it's just crazy today.
It's weird. It's weird though, because like it wasn't doing it earlier. All of a sudden it's doing it now. Your internet's being throttled. Wait, I wonder if it's because
someone's trying to censor.
Yeah, they're trying to shut us down.
We know too much.
Hey, I wonder if it was me because I had a website open in the background. I forgot. Wonder if I was the cause of it. Probably.
Yeah, it's probably me.
Nah, because you're fine now. I closed it. Do you only have a chat option? No, he has the whole thing on. He's not. This is like probably his third time on Twitch, at least on our channel anyway. But he should be good now. I think it was me, honestly. I think so. But yeah, man, it's crazy to see what's gonna happen. I don't know. I think Nintendo needs to stay in their lane. That's all I know.
Yeah, I think all the consoles should stay out of it and just let Google and Apple duke it out.
Yeah, agreed. Just let Google take out Apple and everybody will be fine. Everybody be fine. All right, man. I have no more topics. I am topicked out as far as me.
He's topicked out.
Yeah, that phase and Tfue thing took a lot of energy from me as far as topic wise.
Fair enough. No, it's a good time to shut it down until next week. So we'll definitely go ahead and shut it down. But before we do, just quick plug. There is something very special coming soon, y'all. June 23rd through June the 30th, Summer Games Done Quick 2019. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Be there to show some love. Watch the speed runs of your favorite games get broken. And if you have $1 or $2 on you, just donate to the cause. I'm not sure which one they're doing because I always forget which one it is, but I think it's Prevent Cancer, but I may be wrong. But if it's not Prevent Cancer Foundation, they're raising money for Doctors Without Borders, if that's the case. It's always one or the other. I always forget what their schedule is.
Did I talk about Rage 2 Enemies? No, because I didn't know anything about Rage 2. I know it dropped yesterday, but I haven't done any research. I don't even have the game. So I haven't done any research on it yet. Sorry, Abomination. Next week. I'll look into it next week, bud. Alright? That'll be my homework. Rage 2 Enemies. Alright, go ahead. Sorry, OG.
No, you're good. But yeah, just be there. Like I said, June I forgot the dates. All right, 23rd to the 30th will be Summer Games Done Quick on Twitch TV. That's the only other Twitch channel that I actually watch. That's only because of the charity. But yes, I will be watching it. I don't know if I'm going to be off or not. I'm still working on getting some days off, but we'll see what happens. But I will definitely be checking out as much as I can, and I do plan on making a donation myself. We'll see what happens as far as that's concerned. But other than that, we do thank you guys for listening and watching the OG podcast. We are here Wednesdays, 10 a.m. Central, Twitch TV, Handy Kill Cam. Use code Handy.
Yes, use code Handy on creator code, please. Thank you.
There you go. And then tomorrow, Handy will be on Able Gamers, so check him out over there. Yes. And then for those of you who use YouTube mostly, check out my YouTube channel, OG Krugsta. Got lots of videos regarding mobile RPGs and card games. So just check that out for all of my past content. And then until then, you guys keep gaming and y'all take care. See you next week.
Thank you, Angela. Don't forget Fortnite creator code. Yes, don't forget Fortnite creator code Handy Kill Cam. I need at least 100 people to use it so we can get the creator code lobbies. Cause we can't get the create lobbies. We can't get the custom lobbies unless 100 people use my code. That's the thing that they released. So, yep. If we want the custom lobbies, we need 100 people. 100 people. All right. I will see you all tomorrow. Fortnite, Able Gamers. Let's go.